Today's episode of the realest podcast ever is brought to you by Brandilly Marketing Creative. Brandilly MC is a family-run, black-owned design firm and print shop located in Raleigh, North Carolina. They've been around since 2001 and print everything from business cards to booklets to the famous stand-up banner that you guys see every week on our videos for TRPE. They print and ship nationwide and offer standard, next-day, and same-day printing options. And for the month of August, they're giving out some great specials to all the TRPE listeners. You can get 1,000 full-color 4x6 postcards for only $55. You can get the retractable stand-up banner with a carrying case for only $125. And then the final special is 1,000 full-color business cards with any finish that you want for only $27. All of these specials are available by calling 919-278-7896 and mentioning TRPE, or by using coupon code TRPE at www.bmcprinting.com. That's using code TRPE at www.bmcprinting.com. What up, what up? It's the realest podcast ever. It's your boy Shiny Shorts, C. Diddy.
And this is your boy Soft Cotton Shorts. And that makes me sick.
I was leaving Vango last night. My brother was like, he's like, yo, you got on the Guess 1997 Shiny Shorts.
Yo, I did see it was a white couple downtown the other day, and the lady had on the shiny Guessies with the triangle on the back. I'm like, damn, I ain't seen them in years.
Yeah, apparently Guess has a movement to rehash like all of their old stuff. A$AP Rocky is part of their creative team, and he brought back like all the old shit.
I could never get into Guess jeans. The cuff at the bottom.
Yeah, it was like the most ridiculous.
I wear 15. Them shits look ridiculous.
The most ridiculous fashion era in Philly was the Guess jeans with the Tims. It's like niggas trying to fit them tight ass Guessies over they Tims.
That's where I was at.
Then everybody switched to the extra boot cut Rockaware and Anichi denims.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
Good times.
That was horrible.
Used to be in Tories running it up.
How much is these? 80? They give me 9 of these.
Yo, I got a picture. I'm scared to post it on Instagram. I got on a yellow fatigue state property set. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking back in the day?
Goodness gracious.
I was out of control.
What episode is this?
32.
32. I don't know how we got here, but we're here. We're recording on a special night also. I don't know when we're putting this show out, but we got some special guests in the building. Two of my favorite people in the world, let alone the internet. Realest podcast ever.
One of our
mainstays.
Mainstays here at the show.
Pastor Carl's here.
He gets a lot of emails. We actually do really get a lot of emails. People want you to come back.
Damn, that's loud.
So,
man.
you know, go tell them about yourself. Remind them who you are.
Oh, man. Pastor Carl Day, a culture changer Christians worship center, Philadelphia, also North Jersey. Do a bunch of stuff in community and all of that, man. And, you know, I'm not shiny or cotton or anything. I just got my Gap denim jeans on. You know, so that's just me.
You are a Gap aficionado.
Yes, I am, man.
That's way better than your first intro. Remember his first introduction?
North Philly.
Carl,
24 from
North Philly, 24 from Somerset.
Hey, you asked me what I repping, man. So you know what I mean? Hey, man.
The language confused me.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going on.
The pastor is back. We got another guest.
A relapse be imminent, man.
That voice you hear is our second guest. Go ahead, tell him your name, man.
It's Mitchell Chance, the voice of revolution.
You're not a pastor anymore?
I was never a pastor of any church, no.
Okay. So we was just joking.
No, he was a preacher.
Yeah.
He's a minister, man.
No, I know he was a preacher.
Well, it's a difference between a pastor and a
Yeah.
I'm still a preacher, yeah.
Yeah. Mitch is one of my favorite people, man, because we used to go at it on Instagram and Twitter, and I would make the most outlandish jokes. He wouldn't get mad. He'd just repost the shit like it was funny. That was a fun little time period.
Yeah, man, I've been shot in my chest. I took a bullet to the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? A tweet don't mean nothing to me.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have been in jail facing the rest of my life. You know? Tweet me, what that mean?
My favorite Mitch moments from early onset Twitter was, you can say whatever you want because my PP number is such and such and such and such, and it says that I'm a shooter. So we can meet up if you like.
Tell them about what you do.
The good old days.
What I do, I specialize in mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial repair for Africans spread across the diaspora because of all the trauma that we've dealt with, man. So I really focus on that mental and emotional piece because our mindset is really tore up because of all the conditioning, all the brainwashing, all the subliminal messages that have been perpetrated on us ever since we were brought here in this country as slaves, man, and everything that they still doing today.
So you ain't gonna ask him what diaspora is, cause I don't know.
I was one.
That was the
that's
one
just
word
all,
I didn't
all
know.
over the world, man.
All
It's
right.
just the Africans is all over. You know,
I'm learning.
It's like
2
folks-
minutes in, I'm learning.
Me too.
Nah, it's like, see, we everybody was dropped off in different spots. So people think, Puerto Rican is something. Like, a Puerto Rican is the Africans that got dropped off in Puerto Rico. Haitians, we got dropped off in Haiti. Jamaicans, we got dropped off in Jamaica. So it's all the same folk that
Right.
spread all across the diaspora. But when we grab a hold of, when we get conditioned in our mind, we begin to go against each other. So I'm Haitian, I'm Jamaican, I'm this, I'm that, and you know what I'm saying. That's how they keep us fighting
Paul
each other.
Mooney had a joke about that back. He was saying that the Islanders think they're better than us because they got dropped off first. And he's like, you go down there and they're like, welcome home. He's like, nigga, ain't neither of us home.
Yeah. But they got a lot of pride because a lot of them islands and then we actually fought to another. Folks think that we got free. Like, that's not really what happened. Like, with that whole Juneteenth 1865 stuff, that was just only folks in Texas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why was people free in the North? Like, nobody ever asked that question.
Yeah.
Why were you free in the North? Because the enslaved folks who was in the North kept fighting until they said, we can't beat them, y'all just free. But no, they won't teach you that, because if you learn that, then we'll feel empowered. If they can continue to make us believe that we freed y'all always feel like y'all never had no power to do nothing. We had to give y'all everything. And that's the mindset our folks still got today.
Speak on it. Damn, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine last night, female, and she's very, very smart. Foreign school, got master's degree and all that, gonna be a doctor soon. And like, the conversation pissed me off so bad I had to leave. like I had to leave. She and I don't know if it's because she was drunk or what, but I'm like, yo, a drunk mind speak a sober tongue speak a sober heart. Mm-hmm. And she's basically like, yo, I get it that it's bad and all that, but white people have done more for me than black people. I said, hold on, pump your brakes. Let's slow down a little bit. I said, you got black parents, right? What do your parents do? Oh, my father has biochemical business. And your parents did more for you than anybody. Let's start there. So at the very least, your black parents did a lot for you also. Now let's go from there, from when you get out of their house and the white people that helped you. But let's not eliminate that. Oh, well, they my parents, they're supposed to help. Yeah, but they still black people.
Yeah. It was a chick on Twitter the other day. Somebody had posted a tweet. Who's hurt you more in your life, black men or white supremacists? And she was like, black men. And, the mentions just was insane.
Well, that's because folks don't understand white supremacy, don't understand racism. But, see, when you deal with the sister now, she said she about to be a doctor. So when you read Carter G. Woodson's The Miseducation of the Negro, that's something like everybody got to read. Talks about that. He says the same educational system who inspires the oppressor crushes the spark of genius in the Negro by making him feel that his people have never amounted or done anything and never will amount to other races. Damn. So you think about, you grow up in the school, most of your teachers is Caucasian, then you go to college, you probably went to a private white institute, all of them is Caucasian. So that began to mess with our minds psychologically, because it makes us feel like they are the only ones that have proper information. So now when Mitch come along and I tell you that Israel is in Africa and ain't no such thing as the Middle East, and that wasn't created until 1950, I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you that black is something that just came out in like 1891, there was no identification. Mitch, you making this stuff up, because our brain is like, I only take information from white people. Caucasians, I only really call them. I only take information from Caucasians. Right. And so it's gonna be hard for you to have a conversation with her, because that's what her brain. Yeah. She's a miseducated Negro. Yeah. That book needs to get put in her hand.
The specific where it went left to where I was like, I gotta go, was like, she's like, well, you can't say Black Lives Matter without saying White Lives Matter. I said, hold on. I said, wait. I said, bring it down. I said, let's park the car real fast, please. I said, you gotta understand that we don't have to say White Lives Matter because it's already implied. Right. They've already told you that your black life don't matter by killing you, locking you up disproportionately, whooping your motherfucking ass, sicking dogs on you, spraying you with hoses and all that shit. Your whole life, from every time you ever seen black people till now, the shit been going on. It never stopped. Yeah. It slowed down maybe for like 2 years, but it never ever stopped. Or they stopped reporting it.
That's it, not reporting it.
But it never ever stopped. I'm like, 1964 Civil Rights Act of the United States of America, that just gives you your full rights as a citizen, and they still was whooping ass and sicking kicking dogs on you then.
Yo, they got a show that's I think come on Oxygen about Natalie Holloway that went missing in Aruba like 15 years ago. They still got a show. Their lives matter. They still talking about her. Their lives matter.
Yeah, they still trying to find what happened to John Bonet.
You know what I'm saying?
They still looking for Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Their lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them joints. You know what I seen the other day? My grandpa, he was born in 1920, and he got his first license in like 38, 39, something around that. And that joint straight say Negro on it.
That's what my grandma's birth certificate say. My grandma was born in Mississippi.
His license got his name, address, and it say Negro at the bottom.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
How do you really feel about me?
What's really good?
That's crazy, man.
So with all this going on, I know y'all been paying attention to the Charlottesville situation or whatever. Where are you at with it, Carl?
I mean, I think Charlottesville is just them really being overtly racist, man. It's like it's not covert anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't even got to put the mask on no more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they just telling us what we already knew. But I mean, the most conflicting thing with the whole white nationalist movement is this. And it really conflicts me, and I'm sure Mitch may agree to a degree as well. But it makes me sad when I see that, and not because that's what they want to do or that's what they doing anyway, because they gonna do what they want to do. But what is the purpose of being a white nationalist? You know what I'm saying? The nation belongs to you anyway.
It's yours.
It's yours. You know what I'm saying?
It's yours.
But dig it though. If these people can unite and have that same type of energy, allegedly fighting to take back something that's already theirs, how long are we gonna sit there oppressed and not have that same energy, man, to fight, and we know we playing from behind? You see what I'm saying? And we see it so much widespread among social media where everybody claims to be woke. Everybody sit here saying, yeah, they don't want to see you this. They don't want that for you. They don't want this. And yet we still sit right here
And do nothing.
and compete and compare to each other and try to destroy each other. And our mission is always to be better than each other, man. So it's like, even when I'm on Twitter, man, and it's crazy because it's like my mentions got to go in shambles or the debates got to ensue and everything else when I'm sitting here trying to just show people, you know, shake certain people's foundation, because what our foundation or our identity in is always some garbage. It's never in who we really supposed to be or what we really supposed to be doing. And it's just like the moment you start to feel like you stripping away something that somebody feels like makes them better. So that's why, like, I may speak on materialism, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, of course, everybody spends money on stuff. But see, it's always our mentality with how we perceive materialism, especially for those that can't really afford it too. And the moment you start to attack materialism, some people get upset because they like, yo, this is what I have that makes me better
It's
than
a
these
part
other
of who
blacks.
they are. It's
right,
like the fiber
right.
of who they really
Absolutely. So then people make it seem like it's like a sense of jealousy. You know what I mean? People talk about the family structures and, you know, spending XYZ on dates and how many people, how much money you put in, who pays for what in the house. And it's like, I be trying to, I don't like to brag and not like that, but it's like, yo, I have it to do what y'all do, but I refuse to. You know what I'm saying? I pay all the bills in my house, but I'm still gonna make the argument for those who decide to contribute to both both parties contributing to one house, because I'd rather see black families creating generational wealth and doing what we supposed to be doing. To hell with all that other stuff, but people swear up and down you hating because it shakes their foundation. So it's like, man, we gotta, if these people are fighting again for something that already belongs to them, we really continue just to keep battling against each other. So it's like, man, we should actually see the strength that they have in that and be like, damn, we don't really got a tenth of what they have.
Absolutely.
And we should have that same energy doing what we need to do.
I think it's just so much apathy, like, amongst the black community, and people like are like social media activists and thumb activists and stuff like that. That's why it's particularly like brave for brothers like y'all that's committed to going out every single week, regardless of the weather conditions, regardless of how y'all feel. Y'all going out here and pounding the pavement and putting a face to the names and a face to the Instagram profiles and making yourselves known in the communities and really making yourselves available to do the work. And we just see so much of people that's like outraged about this, that, or the third, and it's like, and I can point to several examples and be like, it's not gonna go past it's not gonna go past social media,
absolutely.
And it's like,
absolutely.
you know, it's like BS, and it's like, yo, y'all really don't even probably even feel like this way. Y'all just feel like getting on people's nerves, or like it's something to talk about.
And they know they gonna go away. Like, y'all can rally for a day, and they know, man, these niggas ain't gonna be talking about it next week.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like, dog, me and Mitch literally, that's why we was a little late getting here.
Yeah.
But we literally just came from the bottom down in West Philly. Two people just got killed recently. Dog, we just literally had to walk up a block dudes was on the block seeing us coming,
Right.
and then we know we from the streets. They spread out, boom, couple of them dip inside the store. Then everybody start popping up behind us, like you know what I'm saying.
This is military mode.
Got military mode. Like this is what we. This is our reality. So we there and we in the trenches where it's real at. So when we online and then we see people saying idiotic stuff or just trying to argue back and forth with us, and that's why sometimes, man, I be having to log off because. You know, I be ready to relapse. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta decompress from
that.
that.
Yeah, because it just be like, yo, y'all, like we just ain't here saying it. You know what I'm saying? Then you see dum-dums that be like, you know, and I gotta call them that because that's what it is. But it's like you see dum-dums say stuff like, man, well, Pastor online tweeting and it's work to be done. Dog, I'm out here doing the work, and I work more than damn near every pastor you know for real when it come down to it. You know what I'm saying? So why I can't be tweeting while I'm in the community?
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, so you know, but this is what we face. They see my brother here putting the footwork in. Mitch put the footwork in. Mitch out here presenting the truth to the streets, putting the truth to the people, giving stuff, seminars and all that for free. Then they don't want him to sell a book. Then they want to sit there and say it's all about a hustle and everything else. Well, damn, if the man, so he can't make no money to take care of his own daughter or his own self, but at the same time, he gotta be everywhere at all times.
Yeah.
While we celebrate Floyd Mayweather throwing money on top of strippers.
Man, giving you all this information, all this energy, all this time, and all this messages that you wouldn't get nowhere else. And simultaneously, you want him to be piss poor and not earn a living in the meantime or profit off the information that he giving you when he done already gave you 99% of the information for free.
Then if he get burnt out and stop, they just gonna be like, see when we have black leaders, they just end up leaving and giving up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because y'all hard to deal with. Like, it's a rough crowd.
Niggas is
I'm always like, do you understand what my book bill is like?
Right.
How many bills books I'm reading, man? Like I'm reading Albert Clegg stuff. None of Albert Clegg stuff is less than $90.
Dog.
A book.
Dog.
A book, $90.
Yeah.
The information is so pertinent, though. That's why it's so high, because they old. When you turn it over the back, you can see the price of the book.
Right.
$3.47. But y'all charging me $90. You know what I'm saying? But I need the information. As soon as I saw the prices, I said, it got to be something really good in this book.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy it.
And you ain't got no Sally Mae, man, to front you for the book money.
Nah.
See that?
Ain't no book
that's how we
vouchers
got to do
jumping
it.
off.
Yeah, ain't no book vouchers. No.
Yo, but can I touch on this Charlottesville stuff, though?
Please.
You know what's funny is the whole time Carl was talking, no bullshit, bitch was like this.
Be ready to go.
And I'm like, bitch is just waiting for
Yeah.
an opportunity.
Yeah.
to just go.
I listen as well as I speak, you know? So we really got to unpack Charlottesville, right? Psychologically, understand what's really going on so we can figure out how we can have that same kind of energy. First, we got to figure out why do they have this kind of energy? What are they really pissed off about? So when they talking about removing this man's statue, this is in their mind, you're trying to erase our ideology. You're trying to erase our principle. This is what we stand for. They showing us we stand for everything that he stood for. This is our principle. This is our ideology.
It was Robert Lee, right?
Yeah. We don't have a principle. See, everybody black wants to be an individual. Everybody want to, I think for myself and all of this different stuff. And I want everybody to think for themselves, but we have to have collective principles. Right. You know,
some sort of shared value.
Yeah, it's like our folks are arguing for reparations, or who's supposed to get it and what we supposed to do with it. What's the principle behind
Go
it?
buy caddies.
Yeah, so if we don't,
Accolades for the whole team.
So if we don't have a unified principle, there's no way I'm gonna have the same energy as these people. Right now, they feel like their ideology is being attacked. Their principles, what make them who they are, is being attacked. We got a million different things that make us who we are. So why would I fight with that same kind of fervor? But now, when we understand the principles that some of us have had in the streets, dudes is going to fight with that same kind of fervor for their block.
Yeah, true that.
Dudes is going to be willing to die. Dudes is going to be willing to kill. They're going to be willing to go to jail because they had some kind of principle.
Some going to be willing to tell.
That definitely happened a lot. But you see, when it was a code of the street, the way folks fight so hard for what they believe, no matter how wrong it might have been, but it was a principle. As a people, we need principles. We need some things that all of us agree on. This is what we're going to believe, and this is what we're going to fight for. And when we all believe in that principle, we'll still have that fervor. But as long as we deal with materialism, that's some folks' principle right there. Yeah. I just want to have love what Dr. Joy DeGrasse talked about in her book Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. She says that those of us that are wearing all of these things that wear an image of wealth in the absence of wealth's authenticity. I said, God. Damn.
Yeah.
An image of wealth in the absence of wealth authenticity. So since you ain't really got no real wealth, you got to try to display an image of wealth.
Right.
It's a sad reality that we got to deal with. You know?
I was saying that, like, driving the bus the other day, nigga got on, yo, can I get a ride of brush? I ain't gonna bread. I'm like, you don't feel weird with Gucci sneaks on? Like, it don't bother you at all?
Not 1%.
Like, not 1%.
He gonna tell you these old.
These
old.
Oh, these from when I was getting money.
Right.
Back in 2014 when I was getting money.
Oh man.
But yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
Nah, we good.
Okay.
But I go on and on, so I'm a, you know.
I feel like those white men who did that, they have almost like an allotted, like, they're not gonna go through the same things that 500 black men who show up with tiki torches are gonna go through.
That's considered a weapon if a black man has.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a weapon.
Like, I don't know if you saw the video, but I saw today they were
drove
pushing
people
the
through
cops.
cars. Yeah.
And the cops was just pushing them back with the shield. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, they was called pushing the cops, and the cops was pushing them back. And it's like, that don't happen if that's a group of black men.
Absolutely not.
It just doesn't. A group of black women, that don't happen.
Bro, you went too far. You said 500. If that's 25 black men.
You're a gang.
Yo,
They
Absolutely.
gonna call a gang unit or SWAT.
Absolutely.
You gotta go.
Yo, I'm standing on my grandpa block, North Philly and shit. And Mr. Terry, he's a veteran. Like, he was in the war, Vietnam, whatever. He worked. He's retired or whatever. And one of the young kids on the block, he home from college or whatever. So we standing out there, we talking, just having a conversation. Cop come up the block the wrong. He's a one way. He come up the block the wrong way. Put the big light on the side of the car. Yeah, what's going on here? I'm like, huh?
Nothing.
Like, what are you talking about? He's like, let me see some IDs, guys. Get out the car, slam
I was
it.
getting ready to say they be acting
So
like-
I'm like, look, I got a driver's license. I got my CDLs in my back pocket. I don't want you to freak out. I'm reaching for my wallet or whatever. So I grab my license, give it to him. And I'm like, yo, you know that this is like a college student and a retired war veteran standing here with me who works. I work across the street at the depot. I'm like, this ain't that. But then I had to think about it like, nah, you black, I'm black, he black.
Niggas up to something.
Yeah. And it's like, that's the mentality. And I'm talking about, it's a 70-year-old man, a 19-year-old kid, and out-of-shape bus driver. It's like, ain't nothing popping off out here.
You the big hustler. He copping from you, and he's serving a 70-year-old man. That's how it works.
But it's just
Put it all together, Johnson.
There you go.
you look at all of these guys who showed up, and they showed up armed. You saw the guy, Chris Cantwell, I think is his name.
Yeah.
That's the guy who was doing all the interviews with Vice and everything. Dude in his room, AK, M16, 9 on his leg, 9 on his hip, 9 in his back, knife on his waist, bulletproof vest, all this. It's like, dog, like, y'all can come armed like that. Like
To the nose.
Like, it's
Like-
going down. Nothing. They was
Yeah.
walking down the street with them.
Yeah,
like,
they armed like they in New York City with the Avengers, ready to fight them alien Jones.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I saw a post that was crazy. They was like, yo, you don't see the cops there because they was like the same reason why you don't see Spider-Man and Peter Parker in the same
same
room.
place.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because all
It's
them
the same
half
people.
them dudes
Yeah.
is cops.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
need off today. I'm going to a rally.
But my thing is, when we gonna stop bickering about this? I give cops hell. No, I'm not giving you my ID. You ain't got no authority over me. I got a video on Instagram
Yeah,
you doing that.
Mitch
You
be
ain't
going-
you
Mitch
ain't
was
you
going
ain't
to
got
the
no
cops.
authority over me. Do you understand that? Do you recognize that? I give cops hell. I
Yo,
don't play with these cops.
Mitch was on
especially
there
when I'm
telling
in
the cops.
when I'm in South Philly. Same way I was on Twitter. Come on, man, y'all know me.
Right.
I always gave them cops hell. Y'all bleed just like us. I've been like that my entire life with these. I don't play with these cops at all. We all got to get like that. Now, one of these days they might shoot me. I don't know, but I'm gonna make a cop think twice before he do it to the next man. Cause I'm not giving you nothing.
Yo, he
I
was
trips out, man.
He was on. Listen, listen. Y'all know Mitch, my dog. Like me and Mitch talk like if not every day, every other day.
Right.
I see him on Facebook, right? And like people start texting me and everything. They was concerned, and it's crazy because he do something, people start hitting me up about it. You know what I mean? That's how tight we is. Dog, I see my man on the joint telling the cop, what's funny? I'm a comedian or something? What's funny? Like I told my wife, I'm like, Court, I don't know if Mitch want to live. I said, yo, listen, like, so that's why, like, so if people hit me up about Mitch, it's like, all right,
This is real.
sir,
This ain't
I'm
just
like,
me talking.
yeah,
That's
I'm like,
real,
I'm
man.
like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna talk to him because yeah, maybe he could switch his approach a little bit. But I'm like, one thing y'all never gonna be able to doubt about this dude is just how genuine he is about the cause. I'm like, no, this dude really like he definitely throw that energy at them cops. And I definitely don't need him to do that while I'm with him. But you know what I'm saying? Like he throw that energy at them cops.
That's because this Caucasian boy had punched a sister around the way. We went and banged on his door.
Right.
Cops there and everything. But the cops was shook. The cops was shook first. They saw my demeanor, and then they saw the way everybody was around me, like following me, like whatever this dude say, they gonna do. So,
right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm tripping out, found out who the cop was, who came, because he ended up locking up the sister after she got punched because she fought back.
Right.
So I spazzed out on the cop. Well, why did you lock, like, you know what I'm saying? I just goes in, man.
You had your Malcolm X moment. Did you push the finger at him and tell him walk forward?
Listen, man, I'm a Malcolm X fanatic, man.
You ain't just give them the sign. They just all walk forward.
No, they just follow me, man. They just follow me, man. But you know what I'm saying? We got to do it. We can't keep being like, well, the cops treat us this way,
real.
and they treat them that way. Well, you know what I'm saying? When is we going to do something? I'm telling you, I'll be real rap. I'll be hoping I'll be outside one day and the cop is on top of one of my homies punching him, just so I can kick him in his face. I'll be really in the I wish a nigga would more at all times. Like I really want a cop to do something while I'm out here so I can make an example. That's how I want. Please do it while I'm there. Please.
Hey, yo, for the record, y'all, Mitch ain't a part of my church. Man. I'm just like,
I was thinking about going this Sunday, though. I was thinking about coming this Sunday.
The police is welcome, man. Y'all can come to my church.
Man, I don't come this. I'm a follower of the prophet now. I don't call him Turner because that was his slave name. You know what I'm saying? That's my prophet, man.
Yo, all right, so I got a question. Matt and Chad, man, like, yo, man, Mitch be serious too.
No,
But
they're
listen,
serious.
man,
It's not a
man,
game.
But what do y'all think? Let me ask y'all, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we see it, I guess, because we might see it from a different lens, but. And I know y'all a little more in tune, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, with hip-hop culture, everything else, man, you know what I mean? Quarter the date on a lot of stuff.
My thing is...
What do y'all think, what do y'all think, man, could really make people see the reality to that we really got to get going? Like...
Nothing.
Like, because we as leaders, we asking y'all, like, what do y'all think we can do different to make people desire, you know what I'm saying?
You said it earlier. People look at the wrong things and care about the wrong things. It's never going to change.
Right.
Cardi B just got a Bentley.
And
truck.
they celebrated her, dog.
It's just
I've
what
seen
it
that
is.
video 9,000
9 million times.
Dog,
It's just what it is. It's where folks
it was
is
like
at.
my crackhead aunt got off of crack, y'all, and got a job and went got her GED.
Good government job.
Cause that's how.
And
like,
this would be considered hating, but it's not. I'm
Right.
just telling you where people is at.
No, you're
Their
right.
minds are somewhere else. I see, I go through the poorest neighborhood in the city, and they not trying to come out of poorness. Or
Poorness.
I don't know if poorness is the right word, but
Poverty.
Poverty. They not trying to.
Poorness.
They not trying to come.
Same thing.
I'm just being for they.
Right.
They be on the phone on an iPhone, $1,000 phone. Girl, you see
$1,000 phone, $400 house.
you seen her you seen her post the other day. That I'm like, dog, shut the fuck up. Like, it's just what it is. People worry about the wrong shit. Ross said to me today, I'm just taking a step back from my phone. Period. Yeah, I was watching I wasn't watching this. I was listening to Oprah's podcast the other day, and the chick on there was saying that when she goes to bed at night, she has to put her phone in another room. Because she was like, it's like you're addicted to this shit.
that makes sense.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, you that addicted to this shit? But she was just like, your brain has like neurological things going on to where if your phone is like, we can't.
Yeah,
if your phone
absolutely.
is next to it, you have to check it.
That's
you have
true.
to. And she was like, you'll pick your phone up and be like, I'm gonna put something on my calendar. Or I'm gonna put a memo in my note. And you'll open your phone, and when you open it, it's on Instagram. She was like, now you're scrolling.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, you still ain't even do whatever you had. And she was like, it's just like that. And it's like, that's kind of where people are. They get sidetracked by so much silly shit. The fucking world is coming to an end. Motherfuckers yesterday is like, yo, where Bron going? Like, yo, he leaving Cleveland. Where he going? And it's like, that's kind of what it is. And music, drugs. It's so much distraction in the black life. I'm not saying it's not in other lives, but in the black life, like when I don't really go into the Chinese stores, but when I do, I went in the other day to buy a bottle of water. I'm like, the whole family working this joint. No one makes a salary. No one makes this much per hour and then goes and they all work in here. And that 13-year-old girl and that little 6-year-old that's fucking standing on top of the ice, they both of them gonna go to good-ass schools.
They're going to the best schools.
Real talk.
And they ain't gave a book bag or nothing ever.
Nothing. And it's just, I was listening to Ice Cube. I've been listening to a lot of Ice Cube lately. I was listening to Black Korea the other day. And I'm watching a documentary on the riots when the Rodney King, I told you about the show, the 90s joint. And I'm like, yo, Black Korea was so real. Like when you see it visually, it's like, damn, Cube wasn't lying.
Yeah.
It's just what it's so much against the black community. That motherfuckers like we just said, the beer. I'm doing overtime the other day. Chick, I'm talking about came running out the beer spot with an open beer. It's 11:15 a.m. Trying to get on the bus. I'm like, no, you can't have an open beer. She like, what? The fuck? I'm just going down Lehigh. I'm like, you can't have an open beer. So she like, the fuck I'm supposed to do? I'm like, get on, throw it, or wait for the next bus.
Right.
She like, when the next one coming? I close the door. I'm like, I ain't waiting for this shit.
You
Nigga.
already know she ain't throwing it.
So
You spent $250 for this.
So you said all that. You said all that to just basically tell me and Mitch, man, we gotta apply the scepter, cause we fighting a dead. We fighting a dead fight.
I'm not saying you fighting a dead fight, but I'm just saying that
No, I get what you're saying. No. What you said was real though, man. That's really the condition.
I was trying to explain to Roddy the other day. Our moms, they gone. You know what I'm saying? His mom's still alive. My mom passed away. I'm not talking about in the physical form, but I'm talking like where the woman literally, like my mom had 2 master's degrees. She went back and got her second one after me and my sisters was already born. She was home. My mom was never drunk, never in the streets, never doing fighting, none of that shit. That's a mother. That's what, like, she was married, had lived in a family. So your values, the word you said earlier,
Apathy.
no, you said it last week. Damn, it'll come to me later.
Vitriol.
No, about like your morals and the things you look like, the things you care about and the things you look up to and the things you want. It's just different for me. So it's like no, certain. It'll come to me later. I forgot the word, but certain things just don't even move me. I like Mitch out in the hallway. Mitch was like, "Man, I remember you had a great tweet like, yo, like niggas go to jail and then come home and motherfuckers they'll tell somebody something and be like, oh, that's real what he said. But you was like, why they only listen to niggas that went to jail? And it's just like, it's the way niggas is. A motherfucker, like you said it. I say something, people don't listen to me. Yeah. But if somebody come home from 20 years and be like, look, man, put the guns down, they be like, yo, OG real. It's like, no. Like
We've been telling you that the whole 20 he was locked up.
It's just what it is.
No,
Black people look up to things that just don't even make sense. They just don't.
Yeah, we idolize as a people. We idolize a lot of bullshit. Like just calling
Complete
it like
bullshit.
just calling it like even
Exactly
calling it what it is.
right.
It's like we idolize a lot of BS and like put things on the pedestal that are like stupid, like street culture and shit like that. And it's just like, yo, we gotta we got so much psychological damage and PTSD and all that to unravel as a people, like on a mental level before you can start seeing the actual physical communal changes and everything that needs to go on, with people. And it's kind of like, it's frustrating. And I know y'all have a hard time, sometimes when y'all out here trying to, it's literally like that meme, like talking to a brick wall, like because a person and yeah you to death and not digest nothing that you saying.
Me, Love, and Kev went out there with Carl when the young guy got shot 10 times, man. 10 times. He was 6 years old. We went to the block where it happened. I'm talking about, I saw the bullets, like the holes on doors and
old lady house and all kinds. Yeah.
They came through the street just shooting at everything. 6-year-old got shot 10 times. Carl out here, couple other dudes in the church out there. They got the news out there. You know what the people was doing? Walking past.
Yeah, nothing.
Motherfuckers pull up from work, getting out the car, walk in the house. It's just like a 6-year-old got shot 10 times on the street. Y'all ain't trying to participate in none of this. Y'all ain't gonna help this lady out, get none.
And I'm gonna say this. These are the neighbors.
And I'm gonna say this.
Neighbors.
And I'm gonna say this. One of the craziest things about it, though, right, is that a white guy who owned a house that was like from around the block, him and his family literally made that family dinner for like 3 weeks straight, making sure that they had food to eat and was doing what they had to do to try to help them out. And it was like the same people that was on the block with them
could care less.
could care less, dog. could care less, man.
It's apathy. Like it's just like, it ain't my family. Oh well, like no, but it ain't your family until it is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people need to realize. It might not be you right now. You might not be the one who praying over your child in the hospital right now, but at some point it might be you.
Yo, that pisses me off. I swear, some days I get on social media and people are talking about wanting support for something that didn't happen to their family. And I know they've been following me for years and seeing stuff Carl and I and a bunch of other folks is doing, and they ain't want to support. And I'll be ready to say, man, F your family member. You know, see,
it ain't even.
Y'all know I wrestle with the old me a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And Mitch, not to cut you off, but it's not even just support. They don't even acknowledge that. They don't even acknowledge the effort, let alone support what you're doing.
We asked for a repost. Me and Mitch literally, like you were saying, get frustrated. Me and Mitch, dog, literally for like years now, over like 6 years, literally been having to like encourage each other. This is probably like twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Bro, listen, man.
We call each other every Monday.
Every Monday, cuz. Like, yo, cuz, listen, man. Yeah, so
Don't quit.
Yeah, this week, dog. Yo, I just had to blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all think it's a joke.
Yo, real. This is really real.
Y'all think it's a joke.
Yo, and I was really telling him, like, man, I'm like, dog, recently I was on Twitter, really get back in the old bag, arguing with a clown. And you know what I'm saying, about he busy gloating about Diddy and Dr. Dre, talking about they need to be in college classes and everything else, and what they had to fight through because they got dropped by this label. Dog, the fact that they was on labels, they struggle wasn't real. You know what I mean? Everyday heroes we got in the black community, dudes that really done overcame jail, started businesses, dudes that really came around and grew up around drug dealers, and they lost 5 of their friends, but they happen to still push themselves through college and doing what they doing. Chad, like, you know what I'm saying, brother like him came up around a lot of stuff, could have made a lot of wrong decisions, may have made some, but still went to school, finished school, smart, doing his own thing. Y'all brothers doing what y'all doing. See what I'm saying? It's like, that's what we need to glorify and big up. You see what I'm saying? But then you mention that and just be like, yo, but that's kind of problematic, because I just spoke to 200 teens in upstate New York at a camp where the kids was from all the ghettos, and I'm like, this is the problem, and that's systemic racism and white supremacy. That's what they do. They'll make those Diddies and Dre's, you know what I mean, a 1% of blacks, and put them over your head and say, hey,
1%,
yeah, right,
0.001%.
And they tell you, yo, you can believe, look, see them, you can be them.
I always say that with black people, it seems like they like make you almost like live vicariously through somebody else.
Through somebody else, dog.
You'll have people like,
crazy.
Like, nah, man, like, yo, LeBron or Kobe, whoever, and it's like
they give you a figurehead, something to aspire to, almost like
something
I hate to go there, but like Obama. Like they like, and not to discredit nothing that the man did, he did a lot.
He did,
but at the same time, and I'll let you speak your piece, but at the same, this is from I don't prescribe to know everything about politics, but it's almost like they did that to say there's no racism. You had a black president.
You had a black president.
Exactly.
Absolutely, bro. And that's what we do though. So it's like when you look up, dog, blacks, all we do is salute like it's probably a 10 consensus idols that we can point to right now. The majority of Twitter may talk about everybody from your Diddy to your Dre to your Jay-Z to your Beyonce to your Obama and his wife and probably like 5 other people. And it's like those are the people we consistently push towards, which is why all the kids, when you talk to them, it's the most crippling and heartbreaking thing when I'm talking to them. Yeah, I want to be a rapper. All right, what happens if you don't want to rap? Well, I'm going to just play basketball. What happens if you don't play basketball? Well, I'm going to play football. Then I'm like, all right, so what about if it's not any, you know what I'm saying?
Right. What if the NFL and the NBA shut down tomorrow?
But the problem is everybody from 18 to 40 right now is still esteeming and idolizing every damn entertainer and athlete and everything else. So the kids is watching us, and we all claim to know better, and we just keep on perpetuating the same messages. And it's just like, so you say something and people get all sensitive, emotional, get mad, and I'm just like, dog, I'm sitting here trying to share the realities of what I'm seeing from our kids, dog. And people don't see that, man. They think you judging them.
People be 35 still chasing hoop dreams. Like, yo, my man, you doing yourself, your children, your woman, all a disservice. Like, get a job. Like,
still trying to rap.
Like, it's nothing wrong with like put the mic down. Like, stop spending your baby mom income tax money trying to bring the label back. Like, you 37 years old.
Studio time.
You know what's funny? It's
Like,
niggas,
this is the year I can feel it.
it's niggas to be down on Chestnut Street handing out mixtapes. And
They was down there handing out mixtapes when I was working at the gallery in
Listen,
2000.
the boy, I don't know if it's the same boy, but
It is.
the boy that's down there now, he is relentless.
I'm gonna buy
He
one
be
time to
running
listen to
in and out of traffic. This
What
shit
is
is crazy. He ran up on. I'm talking about old dude. Looked like what's the boy who stole all the money? Bernie Madoff, like one of them older white dudes. And he walked up with the mixtape, and the bull balled his fist up, like, back the fuck up.
Now, boy,
I was at the like room.
one day the boy, I'm walking down to the boy, just put it in my hand. So I'm walking with it. So I'm ready to
You
keep
think
going.
it's free?
He's like, no, it's $5. So you can have that back. But listen, this is the setup. If they continue to get us to aspire to be things that chances are we can't be, there's no backup plan, and we still end up in a lost position. Now, I wrote a book, 4 Phases of Transformation. First phase is becoming aware that there's more. You cannot have or attain that which you do not know exists, right? So I was teaching this all over.
Say
the
that
place.
again, man. Say that again, because that's some
cannot-
shit.
it's-
Don't gloss over that. Don't gloss.
You cannot have or attain that which you do not know exists. So, and I teach when I was corporate, I was teaching in corporate rooms and everything, but I was teaching it in jails, and I was going to the youth jail one day. So I'm driving, and I got this on my mind because I'm getting ready to teach these children about becoming aware that there's more. I'm gonna teach y'all the first phase. I'm gonna walk y'all through this book. But as I'm driving, for some reason, I had the radio on, and the weather report came on. So as the weather report came on, they tell me the weather, and then it went off, and they was like, "It's so-and-so, your local meteorologist." And I said, "I don't know a meteorologist.
Yeah, right.
I don't know nobody that ever wanted to be a meteorologist.
they
How the
get
hell do
paid.
I become a meteorologist? How much more do a meteorologist? How much do a meteorologist get paid?" Now, since I was in that frame of thinking, everything is now clicking. Like, damn, even though I'm teaching becoming aware that there's more, it's still things that I haven't, stuff that's in my face that I still don't even recognize we can do. Because I didn't even I never thought about I want to be, get this job where I can be wrong and still make money. That's a sweet job. I can be wrong and you know what I'm saying? It's cool. Like, I said it was gonna rain, it wasn't. Now everybody happy. But so I was teaching them that, and then every time, like when I be out in the streets, I be talking to young boys about the same stuff. And I just point to everything because it's a multi-millionaire off of everything.
Everything.
So just the plastic that goes around this water,
Buttons.
this right here that goes around the mic stands, wood, everything. And as I begin to talk to these young boys about these multi-millionaires over everything, it always begins to expand their mind. So it's on us. Now they not gonna do it. It's on us to make sure we're putting other images in front of our youth.
You know what he said is actually like quite right. Like I went to a mixed high school, a lot of white kids or whatever, and it always amazed me how like when I would talk to like my black friends, all my like close homies and shit like that. What do your parents do? Mm-hmm. Like I grew up, I guess, kind of like over there because my mom had a real live career, my dad had a career, and then like I'd like one of my homies like we'd go to his crib like. And his mom would just be home at 1 a.m. I'm like, why the fuck is your mom home at 1 in the afternoon? Like, that don't make no sense. But it's just like, oh no, she was working at a Blockbuster. She quit though, and it just be like, damn, like, cause that shit is real. But then I go to like school and like, yo, what your dad do tomorrow? Oh, my dad owns a textiles company, and it's like, what? The fuck is a textile? You know what I'm saying? Right. But my Italian homie, my dad got the whole plumbing thing, Scangelian Sons or some shit like that. And it's just like, it's so many different things that go on. But in the black community, it's like, it ain't that. We was talking about it the other day. You see a young white bus driver, it's like, damn, he had to been on crystal meth. Like, damn. Like, cause it just don't happen. But if you young and black and get a job accepted, it's like
It's lit.
Or the hospital job.
I prayed for you. It's like,
Or the hospital
yeah,
job.
like it's like you made it almost.
18 hours an hour, boy, you would have made it.
You made it, but it's like in other communities. Yo, I saw an Asian bus driver. It fucked me up when he pulled up on me. I'm like, I thought he stole the bus.
It's like you disobeyed your parents, didn't you?
He hung with too many black kids.
And you know I'm racist and shit because he pulled up and he waved at me. I was like, yo, you terrible at math. Why the fuck is you like? But no, I'm being serious. It's like it's different in the different communities. Yeah. Like I told Chad, black community is the only community maybe on earth where you go to your homie crib and his mom like, yo, they hiring at your gig. It's the truth.
That's crazy.
But I got a lot of white friends and had a lot of I went to a white high school. It's just not like that.
Totally Yo,
it's just totally different. It's a whole different vibe. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you it is.
That's
a different mindset. I was talking to Brad about this one day, maybe about a year ago. He was talking to one of his white friends from school, asking, what are you thinking about doing? And the guy told him, I'm thinking about producing jelly. He's like, you gonna make your own jelly? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many of us ever think about something like that? Like, I'm gonna manufacture my own jelly. Like it's just stuff that we don't even think that we can do. I tell you now,
one of my white homies, shout out Mikey B. He out Scarsdale, Arizona. Nice ass crib. Him and his brother. He went to Shippensburg on a golf scholarship. This motherfucker told. I remember when the day
golf scholarships.
Crazy, right?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, he went to Shippensburg.
Learning.
He went to Shippensburg on a golf scholarship. This motherfucker. I remember the day we was sitting out front of my crib smoking weed. He told me like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm gonna get into this whole billboard thing. Him and his brother now, they own like 40 of the like the television billboards that change. Mm-hmm. So constantly getting at. They got 2 fly ass cribs off Scarsdale. It's just
you know what's worse. You know what's sad about that though is because we have this mentality of inferiority where when you mention that, a black person automatically say, man, well, I can't do that.
No, I was on the tip like that shit ain't gonna work. I was more so
but see, I'm just saying like even coming down to like we all got phones here. You know what I'm saying? Like we start thinking about app development and everything else. You know what I mean? Like all those dudes out Silicon Valley and everything else, man, that's huge money.
Yeah.
Huge money. Technology, all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we'll sit right there and be like, man, I can't do that. Cause all we think we can do is like even dog, it's to the point where the drug game's so terrible, you see all the drug dealers starting to rap right now. I'm looking up, dog, and I ain't naming no names.
Selling Herbalife.
And I ain't selling Herbalife. And I ain't naming no names, man. But I'm looking up and like dudes that literally been in the streets forever. Like when I was in the streets, I'm like, oh, he rap now? And it's just like, yo, real rap. And it's like dudes is like literally, again, this is something that we just swear we were just born with the trait to do. Right. Like, yo, we gonna rap, man. Or you know what? I still got my jump shot.
Lil Tom can rap, so can I. I'm putting the mixtape out.
Bringing the label back. Is rap a barbershop hair salon,
a t-shirt brand
that sell food?
Yeah,
it's literally like I always say it's like 4 nigga businesses, and it's like I hate that it's like that because it's like, yo, just when I told people like, yo, I started getting into poker, and Carl know how I got into poker so deep to where I was like studying and reviewing hands and reading books, and
me and Matt have yet to play poker together though.
Because Carl don't want to actually go play high. Well,
wait, yo, listen, don't do this to the people. No. Matt,
I told you to come to Parks.
For the record, Matt will text me, y'all, and show me his chip stack. And I'll be like, Dan, you really just didn't call me, though, and tell me, oh, no. And every time we talk about it, no, listen, Doc, this was like last minute, man. I just happened to drive. And you know, I live all the way in Manayunk somewhere, but I happened to be in Chester at the time. so you know, yeah, man, I went past and grabbed these wings, and something told me to go to Harris to the tournament that I knew started at such and such time. This is what Matt do to me,
Divine intervention.
Yeah, dog, listen, so let's tell the truth, man.
I told Carl to come to Parks. Carl didn't want to come to Parks.
Why would I want to go to Parks? That's the closest one to me.
I don't know. You said you had something to do.
Oh, well, that probably was it. Don't say I didn't want to come to Parks.
You had church or something on Sunday.
Oh, man, you asked me to come to Parks on Sunday.
Listen.
Yo, I just got like a crazy text from my man, Young Legend. Shout out to him. He always listens to the show. Hip-hop cops pulled Meek over in New York and locked him up. So Meek's apparently locked up in New York. We don't know what's going on with that yet.
He was supposed to be on the Tonight Show tonight.
Yeah, he ain't going to be on the Tonight Show tonight.
Damn.
hip hop cops.
That's crazy. But man, we gotta.
Because I was actually hyped, like being on the Tonight Show. That's huge. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, that's dope.
Nah,
Like,
not tonight,
Well, I'm
nigga.
gonna tell you what, man. I hope everything work out for him because you know, man, he under that goofy probation they got him under, man.
So
So
on probation 66 years, man.
Dog.
But we really have to develop a mindset where we feel that we can do everything that we need. We still feel like other folks have to help us. So we out in the streets every Thursday, right? So we talking to people about things that's needed in the neighborhood, what we can do, but we really trying to be able to empower the people in the neighborhoods
To do it for
to
themselves.
do it for themselves.
Yep.
They don't even fathom.
and they like somebody got to come in here and do
so
this for
we
us.
talking
right.
about, what can we do for these young guys? And it's a grown man you talking to. Well, we need some men to talk to these young guys.
It's like, hello?
They gotta, somebody gotta come in and teach them this, and that. And we just looking at them like, you don't think you're capable of doing this?
Yeah.
Like that car hit it on the head, that inferiority complex.
Yeah,
We have really believed that we was everything that people said we were.
Yeah, and no disrespect to anybody I might have disagreements with on Twitter, man. Like, cause I thought about that too, so I'm convicted about that. But no disrespect to anybody I have these disagreements with. But it's like that be my only intention, y'all. Like when I'm trying to challenge your way of thinking, people think I just want to debate with people and everything else.
Right, for
no,
debate's
yeah,
sake.
right, for debate's sake. No, that don't make me no money, and y'all definitely don't come to church, and it don't help me build no impact, do anything. So like, I don't debate y'all just because. No, I'm on there literally to try to challenge and shake what you think is your foundation because it's really vanity. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is what they continue to want to keep us wrapped in. So we continue to celebrate every single rapper in hip hop culture. And it's like Mitch saying, like Matt saying, like you saying, Chad, it is so much more out here. And it's like when you challenge that, everybody thinks you're hating or they get defensive. And it's like, no, dog, I literally want to see everybody win at everything that everybody does. And it's like, I just want everybody to become individuals again. Like at church, dog, I've been teaching about it, preaching about it. We got to get back to being people of purpose. Like God has given you your own unique gift. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that can really draw but don't want to pursue art because they feel like it's money and everything else, not realizing art popping. You got some people right here who can just like great at math, great at accounting and everything else can start their own firm. It's just like
you just made me think of something. Yesterday, one of our homies.
Painting?
Huh?
You gonna start painting?
No, I
Jay-Z
stink
for
at
$1 million.
I stink at drawing. But
So
no,
did Basquiat.
one of our homies yesterday, he had made a post about this is the age of the entrepreneur.
Yes.
And I made a comment
Very
on it
much
like,
so.
this is the age of the awful entrepreneurs. And
Internet entrepreneur.
Chad, a bunch of people would like the comment. It was like hitting me, like laughing or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not even being funny.
But it depends on who you with demographic.
Listen what I'm saying.
Okay.
Being an entrepreneur, like you just talked about, you good at drawing, but you don't want to do that because you see money in this. That's the problem with a lot of these entrepreneurs. Is it's not your passion.
Chad said that's why he's selling Herbalife.
Yeah, it's
Like,
no passion or purpose.
Like
to
you
it.
doing what you doing, it's not about the money. It's about your passion.
absolutely.
You could make millions. You could not. It's your passion.
Yeah.
Mitch doing books. It's his passion to give that knowledge away that he's received.
To
And
sell the books and not give it away.
well, you know what I mean.
Monetize.
You know what I mean. But
Nah,
it's
I
like
know what you mean,
when it comes to a lot of these people out here, it's like I'm a boss. All right.
Why? Why
Now
are you
what?
a boss? What do you want?
And I feel like like as much as I love Rick Ross, that I'm a boss shit has fucked up society for young black.
He's been a great boss. though.
He's
a great
phenomenal.
boss. Yeah, I think he
But
definitely showed us.
But everybody, their thing is, I want to be a boss. I seen somebody the other day. I never worked for nobody, and I'm like, you need to. I know you personally.
Your entrepreneurial skills stink.
I'm like, no, you're not an entrepreneur. You don't do anything.
You need to work for somebody just to gain the basic responsibility of getting up, coming to work, doing a job, following tasks, knowing how to listen to somebody.
Yeah.
Every great boss was once a great employee.
Every great boss has great employees that make the
absolutely.
business. Jay-Z with Rock Nation. Rock Nation don't work without Lenny S. or Tata or whoever else.
or Jay Brown.
You
or,
need
or
these
all them
people.
guys.
Yeah,
It's
Vegas
just
Jones, all them, right.
Rockaware, any fucking thing you could possibly name.
But everybody's not called to be an entrepreneur.
That's the point I'm getting at.
I think the biggest problem is that too many people seek finances and material success.
It's not even about either of those. It's about like, it goes back to you. So I can say I'm better than you.
Absolutely.
That's the joint.
Absolutely. Instead of seeking fulfillment, though. And I think that, like you were saying, what we're passionate and purpose to do, that is where you find fulfillment at. So, like, for me, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done lived on both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? I made a lot more money, hustling. You know what I'm saying? Taking people down for money, doing whatever I was doing, you know what I'm saying? But I made more money doing that. But at the same time, life wasn't as fulfilling. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And at the same time, I had a lot more cares and concerns. Right. It was like, maybe 2 of y'all might know where I live at. Not 30 people like come over my house for Bible study. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like now, doing what I know I'm at my most impactful state of doing. You know what I'm saying? I get fulfillment out of that. You know what I'm saying? For me, really helping people, seeing their lives transform, seeing their lives impacted. I do impactful work. So I can go to sleep at night and I ain't got to wrestle with myself because I know I'm doing exactly what I'm
You have a passion and a purpose. Right. It's like you didn't start a label just to be starting one because you knew it was money in this shit. Right. And that's the problem with motherfuckers legit just do things so they can turn around and I'm a CEO.
Speaking directly to Matt's point, like you got business models that are like hundreds of years old, like selling clothes or whatever. You got American institutions, JCPenney, Nordstrom, closing stores at alarming rates and working their internet, increasing their internet marketing and ad budget to sell more product online because everybody got one of these and niggas are still opening up stores like it's going out of style.
Opening up stores, why?
Like, why? Why would you want to, why? To say, oh, hey, come to my store. Come to my store that I'm paying this Jewish person rent every month.
Not realize it's easier online.
It's easy. It's way easier. You fucking get a platform, create a fulfillment system. You ship your orders out. You make your money. You have way less overhead.
This made me think of y'all weird. Episode 32. I don't know what day we're gonna release. This might be tomorrow. Might be Sunday. Who knows? But my y'all weird for this week. I really didn't realize niggas was this stupid. But I saw a tweet the other day from Twitter. Like Twitter's the Twitter. Twitter's Twitter released a tweet that said, at the beginning of 2018, they're going to start a trial period where they have sponsored ads for $99 a month. Niggas saw this and was like, see, all y'all talking about why is this app free? Now look, now we're going to pay $100 a month to use this shit. I'm like, y'all stupid as shit. This has nothing to do with y'all. This is for people who own businesses that want to sponsor ads to come onto your timeline while you're on Twitter.
Businesses, not just because you want your Twitter popping. Because I'm tired of seeing dudes holding their belt on Instagram sponsored. You ain't got no business.
Yo, listen, he ain't lying.
You just in front of a car sponsored your picture. No.
I saw a sponsored post on Instagram the other day.
What the caption say? Get a belt like this.
The nigga was holding a cup of lean with a T-shirt that had Gucci Man with a crown on it, and he was looking down at the crown. I'm like, why the fuck is this a sponsor?
It ain't got no link to go nowhere or nothing.
But let me finish my point with the whole y'all weird. Never mind that's the way motherfuckers was reacting to that tweet when they saw it. Because it had nothing to do with you paying money to use Twitter. It's for people who own businesses that want to have ads come onto your timeline. People were commenting. You know how you can quote a tweet? People were commenting on the tweet, like quoting it. So I'm reading the quotes. I saw one chick. No, this shit was in English. She said, "That's whack as shit. If you gotta pay to sponsor you, if you gotta pay for advertising on your business is whack." And people was retweeting the shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with
Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Amazon. Nike, Whole
Starbucks.
Foods,
everything
Accenture.
for the Super Bowl.
Everybody pays for marketing and advertising.
She said if you gotta pay for advertising on your business is wacky. You probably shouldn't be doing it.
She's weird.
I'm like, what? And the shit had 142 retweets. And I'm like,
142 stupid MFs.
Y'all nice for saying y'all weird for that. I would have said something else.
You heard me say, I honestly didn't know people was that dumb. Like,
it's crazy out here.
I don't know why. You've been on Twitter for a while.
We all big Twitter dudes. It's like, but no, this goes back again to what
I'm a small Twitter dude.
All right.
Dude, he Facebook king, man.
Oh, God,
75,000
man.
likes on his like page.
But
man.
That's vicious.
But Mitch-
75,000
but Mitch
people.
still-
Mitch, can you share our podcast on your Facebook page?
Definitely, man.
All right, bet.
Mitch still come back to Twitter though, and
Every now and then,
every
man.
now and then.
But he said, listen, man. He said every time my brother told me, he said, listen, man. He said I stay off crowd because he said when I get on, they start bringing screenshots about me. What I said to girls in DMs.
Yo, hey yo, why do you still got stuff? Why?
Yo,
Is he
he's
trying
the
to? Is
worst.
he trying to frame me one day in life? Like I'm like, yo, why you still got the screenshot from 2009? Hey yo,
He has all the screenshots.
Dog, man. But then I gotta unfollow everybody because I get Lord. I told y'all, you know, I'm ever evolving, but I'm still wrestling, you know, with the old me. And so when people start having certain conversations, I get lured in. And as soon as I say something, see, I talk Black Power stuff. I can have 100 tweets, no retweets. If I say one thing out of pocket, here we go.
The funniest ever was I was on
Same
Twitter
thing with
one
me,
day
man.
talking about. I was like, yeah, I'm in the kitchen whipping right now. Y'all be forgetting that I know that my cook game is proper. I'm talking about food. Mitch at me was like, Matt, you never was in the kitchen cooking. And I'm like, nah, Mitch, this ain't that.
Sit this one out, guys.
Yeah.
My mind still messed up. I've been 11 years out the game, man. But the vibes in my veins.
So Chad, Matt, man, when y'all gonna have a lot of children out here, man. So like, you know, cause you know now is podcasting. I'm gonna use Matt's verbiage, okay? So don't say Pastor Carl made this up, y'all. But is podcasting gonna become a nigga business soon?
It
like,
is
you know,
already.
They,
Like,
you know,
think it's-
cause y'all popping right now.
We've
So I mean,
been
you know,
told that there are literally people doing their version of our show.
I can
Like
believe
the
it.
same topics, the same guests,
Our logos run
the same
wild.
Man,
week.
same
Somebody
guest?
jacked our logo for
Took your logo
for a clothing
already?
line. I'll show it to you.
Oh.
So the influence is there, but my thing is all that's cool.
Yeah,
like I just was explaining to somebody today, like our podcast is on a platform that we don't get subscribership from. So on podbay.fm, we don't get subscribership from this platform, but it's a medium to get our message out there. So I'll take the hit on that.
Yeah.
But give me something. Buy a shirt. Buy a hat.
Yeah.
Share the video on YouTube. I'm saying, like, don't be a secret fan of the show.
Yeah.
It's my whole thing.
And then act.
Do
then-
whatever
then-
you go.
And then act innovative though. Act like you was innovative just now. Like that's what I don't like. But that's what I'm saying. Like I thank God though, man. Like half these preachers ain't gonna be willing to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Fight the violent crimes. I fought. Did everything else.
Let's speak on that specifically. I think that a big problem with the black community is that, as far as leadership goes, you still got Al Sharpton and these other Jesse Jackson popping their head out every now and then trying to act like they the black leadership.
Al
But
Sharpton is
but
funny.
overall, the people who could really impact the most change, the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's and this and that, they do what they can do. But nobody's really going to step out there
They
and
play
be
it
a
safe.
Malcolm
play it
X
safe,
because
yeah.
they know if they die tomorrow for standing up for black people, ain't nobody gonna step up behind them. So they
Right.
just like,
You
fuck
know,
that.
I-
I'm gonna just go ahead and enjoy my $60 million mansion.
I was talking about it last
and let
week.
y'all niggas figure it
I
out.
posted a picture where it was Muhammad Ali's thing he had in I mean not Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown had it in
Kareem
Cleveland.
Abdul and all.
Kareem, Bill
Muhammad
Russell,
Ali.
Muhammad Ali, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you'll never see that again.
Yeah.
Not the top stars at their height.
And we $3 fans, but I don't know if y'all see me on Twitter the other night, but I was going off on Des Bryant.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Des Bryant, for him to sit there and be like, man, I got a
I got a family to
feed.
feed.
and all
You
that.
the same? Ain't you the same guy that beat your mom up 9 times?
But on
Talking about you got a family to feed. Do you?
But on top of that, man, like you made
Michael Finley
you
lost
the-
his fucking mind.
but see, Dez is elite right now, and still probably got guaranteed $40 million already. He done made. So how much more do your family need to eat
Right.
if it was going to take you to go ahead right now? Because see, it's blatant blackballing if they decided to get rid of you and nobody hires you, Des Bryant.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong,
But
it's
you gotta
sad,
look
it's sad though because he verbalized what 95% of them think.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the messed up part about it. So he got caught up.
I actually wanted to get into the NFL with y'all. Mitch was talking about boycotting the NFL earlier when he came in and shit. It's like, where are you at right now with the whole goings ons of the
Oh man, NFL is rearing its ugly head as far as the bigotry between the Ezekiel Elliott situation, man, and the more and more
Speak on
they show how inconsistent, like this white woman that Ezekiel Elliott was accused of, that the police and district attorney has cleared of no wrongdoing.
Can I give her a side real fast? Stay away from the white women.
Look, see, all right, but the police in the district attorney's office, 77 page is public, so you can go read it for yourself. so many different inconsistencies within this woman's story where she tried to blackmail him multiple times.
I was told that
They got the
it was
text
something to the
messages.
fact of her saying,
Bruh.
I'm going to blackmail you. I'm a white woman. They'll believe me.
They'll believe me. Bruh, listen, they even, in the NFL's investigative report, the NFL, that's why the NFL and the NFL players are even beefing. They were beefing online
yeah.
They
yesterday.
said that they trying to play each other under the scenes.
But they're like Yahoo leaked it where she admitted to the NFL that she created an email address and was going to leak her and Zeke's sex videos, and then told and showed the text exchange between her and her girlfriend where they talking about, yeah, girl, ask him for 10 grand, tell her that you and your girlfriend want boob jobs in a vacation. Then she said 10 grand. No, we gonna go big or don't go at all. 20 grand. So mind you, Zeke, you dealing with some trailer park broad. So he deserves 2-game suspension just for that. So
Because of the fact that she said, no, we're going to go
go
big.
big.
20 grand. A multi-millionaire. 20 grand. We going to the moon.
big, baby.
Zeke,
20,000.
That reminds me, like, real quick on the show Ozark, where they steal $3 million from Jason Bateman. And he's like, what y'all got to decide is who's a killer here, blah, blah, blah. You take my money, these Mexican guys going to come here, they're going to kill every last one of y'all. He's like, all right, we taking 300 grand. So they went from 3 million to 300 grand. He's like, no, you're not. 30 grand. No, you're not. All right, 20 grand. So they went from taking 3 million to 20 grand.
Man.
So this is the mindset of the person that you dealing with.
just give me anything.
Just whatever.
So-
I'm taking something.
So everything from that to the point where they had affidavits from the victim's girlfriend who said, yeah, she got in a fight and got beat up earlier and then headed over to Zeke joint. Zeke had another chick with him, didn't deny the chick access to the party, and her own girlfriend said, she said, yo, this what you want to do? I'm going to ruin you, and walked off. Everything to a coworker saying, listen, I observed her at a pool party, at the company's pool party 2 days before, you know what I'm saying, that incident, but she alleged Zeke was beating her all week. He said she was in a bikini, didn't see any bruises or anything on her. So, dog, mind you, all of this, and y'all still get this black man 6 games. All of this, and then what makes it worse is that black folks put their NFL fandom hat on before they put their blackness on, and still are trying to play what-if scenarios. Dog, if this was a trash man who got fired from his job or punished, Matt, if this was you, and then law enforcement cleared you of any wrongdoing, and SEPTA still says, Matt, we're firing you, me and Mitch, at least us two, be down City Hall with you, raising hell. So how are we allowing the NFL to put themselves above the law, run their own separate investigations, and still impose punishment for people who weren't even charged of any wrongdoing?
I feel like it goes back
That's
to what we
disgusting.
were talking about earlier. It was like, if you black, you guilty. You just bad. You just up to no good. It's just the way it's fucked up. But it's society.
And to the point where blacks are like this, though.
Like that white girl said that. She knew that.
Yeah. Oh,
They'll
yeah.
believe
They're
me.
not.
They'll believe me.
They're not gonna believe you. They're gonna believe me. Right. And but blacks. But this is how conditioned we are. Brainwashed we are. And I'm sure Mitch definitely about to unload the chopper. But this is how conditioned we are because it's like, yo, we take it on the chin, dog. You know how the NFL is. That just means, yo, he shouldn't even go out at all. I mean, he should just stay in the house all day. Yo, listen, he should just drink Fiji. He don't need to drink no alcohol at all. No, but like we'll celebrate.
what's fucked
But
up?
we're celebrating NBA players to do what they do, all because NFL acts like they're in the White House. You see what I'm saying?
When Chad said the shit about Meek, I opened my Twitter. The first tweet I saw was Meek a dickhead. And I'm like, I'm not even going because it's like it's the you don't even know what
We don't even know what happened.
Right. We police our people to a crazy degree while we celebrate other individuals that do what they want.
Like when the cops said Lil Wayne had a gun in New York, and then Lil Wayne said they came on the bus and was like, which one is Lil Wayne? I believe him.
Me too.
You know, I believe him. Why the fuck is he making that up?
With everything Meek been through over the last, it's been 10 years of this now. With everything that man been through over the last 10 years, he's smart enough not to take an illegal weapon into New York City.
Right.
Period.
No doubt.
It's no doubt in my mind. So whatever game the NYPD trying to play or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna put the jurisprudence on them to prove it. I'm not gonna make it a Meek Mill.
Like people don't even realize that when it comes to dealing with the judicial system, you're innocent until you're
prove it
proved.
guilty.
Like when someone
Supposedly.
gets, that's what it's supposed to be.
But I gotta pay a bill
Right.
if I get one.
It's just what
If
it
I get
is.
one, right. If I get one.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because, like, yo, and then on the flip side, you got the whites who are other fans of other teams, and they sitting there calling Zeke a woman beater. But they're the same ones now, right? When you like, yo, but he wasn't charged. They didn't even see reason to charge. They didn't cuff him. They sat there and said the woman her stories didn't add up. It just didn't make sense. Injuries wasn't consistent, didn't add up. Then they go and say, well, he must have paid them. But hold on now. This the same justice system y'all going to back up and validate even when they shoot unarmed blacks and say, well, it went through court and the courts deemed them not to be guilty.
Well, let's just stay with football. Y'all was cool when Big Ben was raping chicks in the bathroom.
Left and right.
Man, catching multiple scrapes. And nobody's calling him a rapist to this day, though.
But they got mad when Mike Vick
This
came to
show's so
Pittsburgh.
Philly. He called it a scrape. I ain't heard that.
Yeah, I ain't heard that in a minute.
So, but yeah, like, yo, real talk. But this is what they do. So it's like, man, so from that to even that same day Des Bryant made his statements, Jason Garrett earlier stated, this flag is sacred to us. So, like, mind you, so I'm hot with my team.
Yeah,
but,
that's subliminal messaging.
Right,
Yeah.
like, so that,
Like, you
of
bet
course,
not try it.
So, of course, Des, right, later on asks, he just heard his coach say earlier, this flag's sacred. So we know the culture that they're trying to breed and tame them in the locker room. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it played a lot to why he said what he said. But I'm sick of it because athletes, y'all are the product. They're not entertained. We're not entertained if y'all not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so y'all need to take a knee. You already done got money anyway from them.
Yes, let them put 22 Jay Phillies on the field and see how good the
you
product is.
There you go.
Y'all gotta at some point, like the black athlete, particularly in the NFL,
right?
Y'all concede so much. Like they give so much away as far as their rights as athletes, then your rights as a human, your right to protest. Like they defer so much to the league, and it's just like
Zeke pull a boob out, Gronk motorboating on
Gronk
chicks' breasts.
motorboating, pulling his dick out at spring break every year, and it's just like, oh
Celebrate
man, we
it.
love him.
Party
like,
animal.
Party
Gronk
animal,
being
we
Gronk.
love him. Work hard, play
Right,
hard.
Gronk being Gronk.
Honestly, you look at the whole Conor McGregor shit right now. It's like, yo, he's literally doing everything y'all hated Floyd for.
Yes,
and y'all
absolutely.
love this boy.
It's astonishing to watch it. Like
it doesn't make any sense.
It's like watching it is like, am I retarded?
Black
y'all are
man do
eating
it.
this shit up.
Yeah.
Like white people are eating this shit
Black
up.
man do it. We're a distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but that's why I respect the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They throwing it, I don't even know where they getting the cash from. But I mean, Mike Conley said, yeah, I need 30 million a year. Mike Conley.
Yeah, no problem, Mike.
Not even a top 35 player. And he's like, yo, I need 30 million a year.
Well,
you know
the
what I'm saying?
CBA and the NBA is way different.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
collect
No, I know
arbitrage.
that, but like
Damn.
that's what Chad was saying. When they
Yeah.
concede,
It's
NFL,
just like
they
they
concede too
give
much.
away so much. Like their right to collective bargain compared to the NFL Players Association. I mean, the NBA Players Association. It's night and day. Like you say anything out of pocket, LeBron and Chris Paul is like, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Who said what about
they
what?
not- they not
Like
playing.
they don't. And it goes to the commissioner. The commissioner just went on TV the other day and said we embrace our players' differences and their right to protest and feel how they want to feel. We don't deter them from straying away from social and political issues.
doubt.
So that's coming from the boss of not only the players but of the commissioners as well. Just basically telling them, not the commissioner but the owners, like, yo, try that shit that Donald Sterling tried and see what's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
We're not tolerating it in this league because we have a bigger global purpose of expanding this game, and I'm not going to let your bigotry or your idiocy deter our overall mission of turning this into $1 trillion game. It ain't happening.
You know, I was in Frank's out Derby.
bro.
I was out in Frank's out Derby a couple weeks ago.
What's that?
It's a steak joint out Derby. And there was a nigga in there, tall nigga. He was clearly lying to people and shit about how he worked for the NBA and do all this shit and that, whatever. And
He's tried this trick before, apparently.
yeah, you could just tell he was an old head, but you could just tell he was full of shit. And he was going into cause somebody asked him, like, they was talking about like the different religions and shit like that. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, back when I used to work with one of them teams, he was like, I remember when they got Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf out the fucking league. Like, fuck that nigga. Fuck you. Fuck wrong with you. You can't come in here and do that stupid shit. And it's just like, old head. First off, shut the fuck up. Like, before anything
First
else,
and foremost.
A beast too, by the way. He was a beast.
like, old head was just making shit up and just going. You could just tell he was like pumping his dumbass personal
Right.
agenda to fiends
Like it's
and winos.
Tuesday. I'm a lot of some white folks.
Like you in here talking to white folks that's buying dollar beer. Like, why are you even talking?
Trying to be on their side.
The lowest common denominator.
Like, you hype about them kicking Mahmoud out. They kicked Craig Hodges out because he
Yeah.
went to the White House and handed them a letter. When I was a young boy, I was trying to figure out why he was in the 3-point contest with a sweatsuit on that year. I never knew what happened. You know what I'm
Craig
saying?
Hodges was out there with a champion.
Yeah, I'm like, why is he defending his crown with a sweatsuit on? Why is he not in the NBA? What happened? So, you know what I'm saying? Later on, you find out, man.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really where I'm at. Yo, it's like I don't care about football right now. Like I'm a Cowboy fan. I've been on it, but I said a couple weeks ago, I'm like pissed with the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I'm just not feeling them. I'm really not feeling football. Period. You got a couple players, man. I don't know if you listen to Richard Sherman.
Oh,
talk.
yeah.
He's a real smart
Richard,
dude.
super intelligent.
He's a
super
thug, though.
intelligent.
He's a thug because
Yeah,
he
he's
said
a thug.
Crabtree's
Right.
You know, Crabtree's a bum. He was a
Yeah.
thug.
Right.
It's
right.
crazy. I remember they had the John up with him and Justin Bieber, and they was calling Richard Sherman a thug. Richard Sherman was like, "Nah, I went to Stanford. Like
Yeah.
I graduated Ivy League.
With like a 4.0, too.
yeah,
Yeah,
like that,
super intelligent.
definitely
man.
not a thug."
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber had like just got out of jail in Miami from all of that. It's like, yo, it's really crazy at the way they portray it and the way they put it out.
If you
there.
too intelligent, if you too aggressive with your information, you got to answer for too much, then it's like you problematic if you a black man.
And you know what though? But see, the thing is though, and I know y'all probably got scroll on something, but what kills me lastly again though is the condition of our people, how we are, because again we can't change how white folks may perceive us or may try to go ahead and throw certain allegations of things on us. But when you see black people say treat NFL players different than NBA because we just go along with the flow of the NFL. So we say, yo, man, Zeke know he can't be out partying. James Harden was at the club the next night after
He got eliminated.
after he tanked in the playoffs, and folk, we celebrated. You know what I'm saying?
With Ruggs,
Me,
Meek and Yo
Meek,
Gotti.
everybody, right? They on joy and they partying, and we love. But that'll be our mood for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like we posting the videos, we okay with it. But it's like, yo, we as blacks, we go along with the flow. Oh man, you know you can't do much in the NFL. Yo, you know, man, he know he got to just stay low. But we celebrate others.
Massa.
Yeah,
like you hear,
absolutely.
it's crazy. You hear niggas say shit like when T.O. don't get in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he brought that shit on himself. Nigga, he's the second best receiver ever. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But I watched the joint with Chris Carter. Took him like 6 tries to get in. You know what I get pissed at? The fact that after the 6 tries, you accept it.
Yep.
It gotta come a time where you say, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
No, I don't even want it. I don't even want this. But we want their validation so damn bad. Chris Carter, anybody that knows football knows how great you were as a football player.
And he cooning
You know,
now.
50 said something that was interesting
He
one
cooning
day.
and buffooning
Yeah,
now,
cooning
big
buffooning
time.
now.
50
Chris
was
Carter, yeah.
50 was talking about his rap career because they was interviewing him on the like at the end of Power. Like,
Okay, yeah.
And he was all the Power motherfuckers was sitting up there. Rotimi, what's Ghost's real name? Amari Hardwick, all of them and shit. And they was talking about would 50 ever rap again? And he was like, I feel like I accomplished so much with rap. Like I just did so much, and you know my time is rap. It comes and goes. And he was like, I don't have no ill will, regret. He's the only thing I was just kind of, you know what I mean. He's like, I never got a Grammy. And it's like, they never respected my music or whatever. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, dog, you made like 200 mil. You sold
Still talking about
40
the Grammy.
million records, but that go back to what he's saying. It's like winning a beat. He got 1 million ASCAP awards.
Right.
It's like you could win
ASCAP, Billboard,
BET,
BET Awards.
Billboard, MTV, but it's like the Grammy, like in acting. You could win a BAFTA. You could win a Golden Globe.
SAG Award.
But if you don't get the Oscar,
Y'all gotta use the abbreviation for the ASCAP joint too, man. Y'all just gotta say the AS.
that is an abbreviation.
But I mean, I'm just saying, no, don't call it by that. Just say the letters, cuz.
ASCAP.
Yeah, ASCAP. I mean,
Everybody know. Come on, ASCAP. Where my check, big? Everybody know
Yeah,
ASCAP.
remember that?
I'm just saying, man. But go ahead.
Problem with y'all. I said directly. But no, it's like it goes back to what he was saying though. The validation. It's like there are things that they put out there as like the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So it's like until you get that, or if you don't have that,
And we run with that too. You know what I'm saying?
Like, people will be like,
we gloat and esteem it. We be like, yo, yeah, what's the name? Got 26 Grammys. You know what I mean?
somebody today was like, KG is better than Karl Malone, and I was like, That's debatable. He's like, KG got a ring. And I'm like,
that don't make him better than Karl Malone. I mean, he was on
Malone.
better teams than Karl Malone, and he didn't run into Jordan.
Yeah.
Right.
Twice.
in the finals.
Twice.
Like people don't realize this. The Bulls only went to the finals once as an underdog. The year they did, it was Karl Malone, and the year Karl Malone won MVP. Like they was the truth. And just is.
I
what
mean,
it
and
is.
then you hear these new basketball geeks that be like, man, Stockton wasn't even really good, man. That team was, man, they just
I honestly, shout out to Rye. Shout out to Rye and Chad actually. Chad literally called me one day and was like, "Yo, stop arguing with people." I'm like, it's so hard.
Yo, Matt and
hard.
Chad would be texting me and be like, yo, yeah, they be like, yeah, yo, or they start tweeting in advance. I'd be like, because I started off by, you know what, I ain't even going to talk about this today. And then Matt be like, yo, Carl going to end up talking about that watch.
Yo, and
Carl gonna end up
That'd
saying
be at
something,
9:30
like, Karl
by
gonna lose
11,
it sooner or later.
11:07.
dog. Man.
So what I'm trying to tell y'all is,
trying to finalize the sermon, trying to close it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's rough though. It's rough.
All right, let me ask you this real quick. Did you see Trump's speech the other night?
No, I saw a clip of it. I didn't see.
Did you see it?
No.
I saw a clip of it.
Yeah,
I mean, I can count on my hands.
I saw probably the most
most.
egregious clip of them all.
Which one? The blame on both sides.
It's blame on both sides.
Yeah.
And then he said, well,
what he
George
said?
Washington and Thomas Jefferson were slave owners. Do you want to take their statue down? And
Hell
people
yeah.
in the crowd is like, yeah, we do. Oh, you just want to rewrite history? Yeah. Yeah.
Trump literally came out the other night, and that wasn't even the part that fucked me up. The part that fucked me up was when he was talking about the kid who ran the car into the crowd.
See, I didn't see that part.
You didn't see that video?
They was
I didn't see him talk about it.
It wasn't Trump. It was the Cantwell. He was talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
it, and then Cantwell was like, "Yeah, the anti-protesters were trying to attack him, so he put his car in the drive, and those anti-protesters were stupid.
They
and
weren't
couldn't
smart
get
enough to get out the way
And like
of a Hemi challenger.
and Trump came behind it and was like,
200 people around.
yeah, and Trump came behind it and was like, yeah, there was no bad on they weren't out there they were out there with a permit to protest, but the anti-protesters showed up and were violent, so that's where you had to clash. And I'm like, what the fuck it don't even make logical sense when you sit back and you think about it. So then he did the whole there's
blame on both sides.
Blame on both sides shit.
Wow.
And then that was when he was talking about the whole, do y'all want to take down the statues?
And people like, yeah, we do. They're like,
so,
yeah.
So you just want to rewrite history?
And, yeah, can we set what's the joint called? The Monticello with Thomas Jefferson. Monticello, the old mansion where Thomas Jefferson had all those slave women, had all those babies and all that. They spending all that money and found where the slaves stayed at and everything. That's like this big tourist attraction over there. I think it's like in Virginia or something. You burn that too.
This is the thing. Trump can't denounce white supremacy or the KKK.
He denounced it himself.
They support him.
Right, of course.
They back him. So he can't come out and
they back them all. Truth be told, that's how they control elections.
Everybody who voted for Trump isn't a white supremacist, of course. I know a dealer at the poker room. He voted for Trump, and he would always tell me like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to a Trump rally," and he cool a motherfucker. I know for a fact his sister's married to a black guy. Like he.
Oh, so that means he ain't.
No. I'm not using that as an excuse. What I'm saying is, he's not a fucking white supremacist.
Right.
So it's like
He's a part of white supremacy.
He's white.
He's not an open bigot.
Well, it's also a lot of people voted Trump because Hillary was just terrible too.
That was the tip. He
Horrible
was always
candidate.
on the tip with me. Like, I hate Hillary.
Yeah.
So whatever. He voted for Trump. Cool, whatever. The problem with it is the white supremacists, they voted for Trump.
Yeah.
They back him. They support him.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers was out there at that riot shit with Make America Great Again hats on. So Trump can't come out on stage and say, I don't want anything to do with him. I don't need their support.
Right.
Because they go back into the fucking bunker.
Right.
And they don't come out again until another motherfucking candidate is like Trump. Because that's where they've been for the last, since Randy Weaver got shot in fucking 92. That's where they've been at. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, I was explaining to my homie the other day. Trump's dad got arrested at a KKK rally in 1924.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him, I'm like, do you understand that for a second? Like, a white man got arrested at a Klan rally in 1924 Do you know how off the fucking wall you had to be in your bag at that Klan rally? That's like getting arrested for prostitution in Vegas. Like, how many prostitutes did you have? Like, you know what I'm saying? If a white man gets arrested,
Just pimping out of
Yeah,
control.
he was out of control.
you was drunk. Like, the cops was like, "Yo, Guffey."
Listen
So
to this
that's
talking
that's
about-
his dad. So it's like you got to understand the lineage and what the heritage. Like, it just is what it is. The fact that you got white people out there saying, "Fuck the Jews," and your daughter is married to a Jewish guy, you still can't even be like, "Yo, y'all tripping."
Right.
Nah, that right there show you that's fucked up.
Yeah. But listen to this. This is a totally off subject a little bit, but it's about Trump's dad, and it's for us to really think about expanding everything we do. Trump's dad made a bunch of money off of air rights in New York years ago, and you can still do it today. You can buy the air over buildings, and if anybody wants to build a building higher than the buildings that are already there, they have to pay you. So years ago, before they built a lot of the big buildings, he owned the air.
How the hell you own?
You can do it. You can do it to this day, but you got to know where they're going to be building that. So,
Right.
like before they come building, you can do
Like,
it
you
in
know
North Philly.
the problem with
But then,
metropolitan.
don't the air change though? Like, didn't your air
No.
go somewhere else? Like,
Nah.
or that's just space. That's
The
like
problem
land.
with metropolitan areas is they can't build that
Out-
way,
out,
so they
so they
decide
build up.
we're gonna build that way.
Yeah,
Like, look at Philly now. Like, remember at one
Yeah,
point the
building's super
tallest
high.
thing in building was William Penn
Yeah.
on City Hall.
You couldn't build the city. The
It's like
city would
9
not allow you
apartment
to build
buildings
it.
It's
taller than
crazy.
that.
It's
Yeah.
just, and they keep it's just
That's
the way it is.
that's next level. Like, man, y'all buy the little plots and land. I own air.
I own the air rights,
I'm about
and
to
you
own-
charge them whatever you want for them to build in your air. It's crazy. It's crazy, but that's the kind of stuff like who black would ever thought of that? Like I would have never even. That's white privilege for you to think you can own air.
And who's selling? Who owns the
Who
air
had
that
the,
sells the
who
air?
had the title to the air before?
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Who sells the air?
Air
And
rights,
that's the
man.
thing with white men. That's
Imagine
how,
a nigga walking in the notary. Yeah, just
how
bought some
pri-
air.
that's how privileged, that just gives that's an example of how privileged white men are on the whole. If there's not something out there that they want to buy, they'll find somebody to create it to sell it to them.
That's crazy, right?
Like, oh, I want to buy these buildings, but there's no more buildings. Won't nobody sell to me? I want to buy the air above them.
the building, right?
So if they decide to go up, they got to pay me for the rights to do that. Oh yeah, no problem. We'll create it. Like, I don't know if any of y'all saw the movie The Big Short, talking about the housing crisis or whatever. And the guy, it's like he was a doctor, and he was like super smart mathematician or whatever, and like a financial guy. And he's like, the housing market is going to collapse by Q3 of 2007. I want to create a mechanism to bet on that happening. So he went to the banks, and they said, we don't have a bond that ensures what you're asking for. He said, well, can you create it? Yeah, sure. So this is how imaginative white men are. Like, if there's something out there that they don't want, they'll find somebody to create the shit and buy it from them.
That's crazy. So I want to go to the gentrified areas, right? And I want to buy the air over top of those houses, because if they're going to build roof decks and all of that, y'all got to pay me.
You gotta catch them before they.
gotta catch them.
Yeah, before they build the roof. Yeah, no, that's right. But yeah, I'm going to the gentrified areas, man. I need
You
all the
wasn't
air.
lying. I haven't been through Francisville because I.
Oh, man.
It's a whole new world.
Why would I go through there?
Yeah, whole new
But
world.
The 33 is on detour, so because they've ripping up
Yeah.
all Girard Ave and shit. So you got to like go down to actual Francis Street,
Yeah. Oh,
that's nice.
cross over and come over 19th to
Beautiful.
Fairmount. And I did it. I'm
not paying it,
I'm
but
like,
it's beautiful.
yo, this shit like. 10 years, Uzi in LA, telling motherfuckers like, yeah, I'm from Francisville. They gonna come here and be like, that nigga from the
Nigga
suburbs.
soft as shit. This
Yo,
nigga from the
it's-
suburbs.
It's nice as shit over there.
Where's
man.
Francis? Man? I'm not even.
Francis-
Like where
Francisville,
Arts Garage
like
and all
right-
of
It's
that
from,
right
stuff.
around Fairmount,
from
like right before you
Fairmount
get
and
Fairmount, right?
where Fairmount and Broad meet upward to like 25th or 26th
I've
and
never
Ridge.
heard-
I've
Yeah.
never heard that term.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Francisville. Yeah, that's always been called
Yeah,
Francisville.
I never heard nobody use that.
But yeah, it's
old heads used a gang war from over there called the Moroccos. Yeah, I mean, in Francisville.
Carl with some gang history for the city.
Hey man, you gotta go ahead. Gotta know your city, man. Gotta know your city, man.
Yeah, so it's like literally if you drive up Ridge Avenue, you say just one day, you're like, oh, I'm at Broad and Fairmount. Just drive up Ridge Avenue one day
Right-
and
right
just
where
and just
Berean-
look
Berean-
and,
I know the
and-
area. I just never knew.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
and
call
just
that
see all the construction that's going about,
I
and
see
all
it.
the buildings is identical. They're either super high rises or them 3-story ultra modern houses with roof decks and all that.
With
Like,
the,
all
with
the black
the
brick.
grays and the blacks,
Yeah.
paint popping off the houses. Yeah,
And I'd say it's funny how segregated the city. Well, I ain't gonna say it isn't, but it still is to a certain extent. But like driving the 33 coming northbound, all the white people will be off the bus at Girard. You knew that because you come up 20th Street from Market, so you passed, Vine, you passed
Gerard,
you passed the library, Whole Foods, all that shit, and they be
Jefferson
dropping off,
and all that.
you cross Spring Garden, couple more drop. Once you got to Girard, because you bang the left and then go up 19th, now you on Jefferson. If somebody white still, you be like.
You all right?
You
miss your stop?
You know where you going?
Right.
But now it's like they're going all the way up to Diamond.
Yeah.
Because all of that shit is getting done. It's insane how much construction is.
And we're gonna be put out. We're gonna be pushed
Yeah,
out.
once they figure out what they want to put there in place of them projects, that's gonna go to.
It's all you can go on Phil.gov and look at the 2035 plan. They already got the entire gentrification plan.
I was looking at homes other
until
because we looking for a
2035.
house, and I was looking at $275,000, like what that gets you in Philly.
Yeah.
It was a house on. It was like 18 XX
Not much.
Diamond Street. I'm like, God damn. Like, yeah, it's crazy. And it's one of those ultra modern three-story homes.
Crazy thing, I have no desire for it though, cause like just knowing what it was, it just still like I know what kind of lingers. Like if I'm gonna spend that money, I'd rather spend it in North Jersey, New York City.
Oh no, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
I was just me and my girl was doing a comparison.
I'm just
of
saying
Delaware
for
here.
what they trying to hit me in the head for, it's like no dog. I'm not staying.
Yeah, no.
I'm not,
The closer you get to Temple, 300-400.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's to do what though?
Get rid of motherfuckers.
I'm just saying to do exactly what though in that area? To go to the coffee shop they just built, or tell you in close proximity
to be on the block with a bunch of people that hate you. Y'all still want to be integrated.
But
man.
to exactly what in Center City? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even in Center City.
Still want to be integrated. Y'all want to be around these folks. These folks don't Matt think the guy good. The guy at a Trump rally. The guy did not just vote for Trump because he didn't like Hillary. The guy articulated that he goes to a Trump rally and he said he's not a white supremacist. It's so hard to show us black folk we've been fooled. You really think the man is not a white supremacist? He goes to
the rally.
Trump rallies. Y'all, you weird. You weird. The man told you I go to the rally.
Hey man, Mitch got a point because
He does have a point.
when you go to a rally, like what are you really going to Trump rally for? Now if you say I'm vote because I vote, that's my just due. But damn, you go to a
He went
Trump
to the
rally.
but he's a good guy.
Like y'all gonna podcast week, right? Y'all trying to go there, and y'all going to connect and network with other podcasters across the country. Why am I at a Trump rally?
Right. Yeah, I'm looking for more white supremacists.
Because you ain't there talking about, yo, the hoes going to be out there. Like, you at a Trump rally.
Because you're a racist.
Because Trump ain't got nothing interesting to say.
Hey, you got a point, man.
That boy be doing all kind of stuff to Matt. Matt gonna be like, well, he's not doing it because I'm black. All right, okay, you right. I keep putting faith in him, man.
He just invited me to his farmhouse. He said it's about two hours out. He said it gets a little dark, man, so to make sure I have my high beams on when I'm out there.
Get out.
But yeah, it's a cool house game, poker house game.
Next thing you know, he tied to a plow.
They could be live game hunting with the night vision goggles on.
You can't look how big he is. You can't miss him. You can't miss him.
It was an episode of Law and Order where the boy was kidnapping bitches and letting them loose in the forest, and they was hunting them bitches. Yo, that's fucking hilarious.
Dog, let me tell you how crazy, man, the human brain is, man. We don't separate. Our brain, our subconscious does not separate a fact from fiction. Whatever you see, it's just in your brain. My mom calls me one day. She says, did you hear what happened last night? She goes to this gruesome story. I said, Mom, that was SVU. Mom, that wasn't real, Mom. You watched SVU and went to sleep and woke up and thought you saw it on the news.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
But imagine how much more stuff is in our subconscious.
Yes, listening to that podcast Oprah had, man, when the chick was talking, like, the subconscious is crazy. It's insane.
Crazy. Subconscious do most of your thinking and
It
most
do
of your
most
decision
of it.
making before you even process it. Your subconscious already tells you, how to react or what to do, what to say. Then you look back and be like, yo, why the hell did I do that?
Exactly.
And it's like, yo, that's because I've been processing that for so long, and that's how my normal ways of reacting has been. You see what I'm saying? So I just made a move just out of reaction or just just learned behavior. Period.
Yeah, and that's what your ego. Most folks talk about ego like a big or a small ego and don't have a concept of what the ego actually is. Your ego is the part of your subconscious that feeds your conscious mind information. So if I keep failing tests, my ego begins to believe I'm a bad test taker. Or if you think I can't get this, or I crack on 3 chicks and I don't get them, I be like, I can't get a pretty chick. That's what your ego is. It's just subconscious, and it figures out. It brings together your past experiences, and it measures it about how you're going to receive it if something bad happens. So you'll continually think certain things all because of your ego. So it's not something like you got a big ego or a small ego.
Newsweek just released a tweet said Trump is 6 Senate votes away from being impeached, and Republicans are deserting him fast. Niggas can't be serious for 2 minutes. Niggas is quoting the tweet with the Migos joint like, wrap it up there.
Wrap it up there.
Wrap it up there.
I wonder what they impeaching him for. I don't give a damn.
I mean, my thing is this. And why
The
they
Republicans, you drawed when Bush and like all of them was tweeting like, yo,
We made a mistake.
we fucked
But Dig, that's the distraction, because I feel like they impeach him to show us that, like, that's going to give us some kind of morale, like our government is taking a stance. So then what are they about to usher in?
Pence.
So look, so while they tell you, like, yo, okay, we got rid of the big bad wolf, next thing you know, we about to slap you upside your head with something that's about to blind you. And they'll probably use him as a fall guy anyway. This was something that he passed, which caused this whole new world war. And it's just like crazy. That's how crazy. That's how caught up with you. Because truth be told, I've literally probably could count on my hands how many times I talked about Trump since Trump been in office. People that I be playing with, I be like, yo, like
we talk about him a lot.
But my whole thing be, I just be like, yo, listen, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and just as far as my beliefs, like, yo, Jesus sit on that throne, so I'm cool.
Somebody had a tweet today. I was dying. It was a picture. You ever see the joint where Jay-Z is like bouncing, trying to catch the beat?
Yeah.
It's that joint. He's like looking this way, and it's like when you looking out for World War III, and then he like looks up, it's like, but you also looking out. But you looking this way for Civil War, but you also looking out for Korea and World War III. I was cracking the fuck up, and it's just like, yeah, it's really getting to the point where it's like, damn, I thought we was going at it with Korea. Now this, so it's like.
But you know the reality of that is, though, like, because I get Time Magazine, you know what I'm saying? So I read a lot of that. Like, I'm a reader, so I don't really watch TV. I don't be caring about the news. But Time Magazine been talking about, you know, Vladimir Putin, been talking about main man from North Korea. You know what I'm saying? Even when Obama was in office, they were talking about how Iran posed.
His pop was a motherfucker.
They was trying to say how Iran, you know, posed themselves as a big threat. But the truth of the matter is, shout out to Iran, though, man, because Iran, one of the things America don't like about Iran is the fact that Iran truly operates independent from them. Like Iran, you know what I'm saying? So they try to sell that Taliban crap and all that stuff and try to make it like it's an Islamic thing and all that. No, Iran has safeguards. Like, you can't access Western media, Facebook over there in America, nothing in Iran, because Iran, like, you not about to take these dumb people's ideas over here. Like, not to mention on an educational level, like they have a fast growing rate of engineers and everything else within their country. So America really be pissed that, like, you know, y'all ain't really getting down with us.
They self-sufficient.
America want to be JBM. That's what they trying to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all got to get down with us. That's it. And Iran like, nah, we cool. So now all of a sudden what happens? They start the rumors and the propaganda that, like, yo, you basically about to be on your terrorist joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Putin said the same thing. Like, yo, y'all talked about, I watched Putin on 60 Minutes, and he said, yo, like, he was like, they got mad at Iraq, talking about they got weapons of mass destruction, but Putin said America got weapons of mass destruction. So he said, who are they to tell somebody that they can't have nuclear missiles? We got nuclear bombs. You got nuclear bombs. Like, how do we think we can just be going into people's countries?
And then the typical American falls for it. Like, all right, we supposed to be mad at Russia. All right, why? We mad at North Korea. All right, why?
Right.
They're over there treating their citizens bad. What the fuck they been doing to us?
They over here treating us bad.
Yeah.
Sort of like like what Ali did with the Vietnam. Like, why I'm going over to fight them?
Viet Cong.
Ain't no Viet Cong never called me, nigga.
Like, why I'm going to fight them? Y'all beat my ass 2 weeks ago.
Hey, check it out. But Putin said on 60 Minutes, he said, if you look at my approval ratings versus the American president's approval ratings, even when Obama was in there, he said my approval ratings is higher than anybody else's in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
my
that-
people are cool with what's going on here.
Yeah.
Nobody, y'all are trying to inflict y'all Western civilization and y'all Western morality and beliefs on my people. They don't want it.
Yeah.
The numbers reflect that they
Yo,
don't even want it, but
yo,
y'all just
yo,
gotta
want-
get y'all thing off at all costs.
Y'all want men wearing handbags and wigs in my country. Like, we're not going for that.
But then it's also where it's mainly
They're
about.
gonna be mad at me.
It's about the banking system.
Yeah.
All of the countries that we dislike don't have a Rothschild's bank. So whoever don't have the bank, North Korea, Iran, who was the other one?
Russia.
Well, Russia had them, but Putin's putting them out. Whatchamacallit was trying to get them all out of Africa. Gaddafi, that's why they killed him. Castro wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein. So
And they terrorists.
Yeah, every country that don't want these banks in it. So it's not even America. It's these fake Jews, these Zionists that's controlling everything. I mean, they got the world convinced they Jews, first of all.
Mitch will have everybody Googling.
Yeah.
Look, I'm saying.
No, it's plenty of Rothschild's documentaries and all that
You
right
gotta
on
look it
YouTube.
up.
You
Yeah.
can get the information
just-
for free. I watched a bunch of them in this last
JFK
year.
was trying to get away from the
Oh,
dollar.
and they killed him.
Now his body has no brain in it. How does the president get killed and his brain's gone? Like, you know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
they
What
got
kind of
fi-
power you got where you can
Yo,
kill the president and take his brain?
And they got files that they were supposed to release that was going to show documentation to prove, what was behind it. But I guess some of the old
just
geezers,
went
some of
away.
the old geezers still around.
Yeah.
No, they pushed it back further.
Okay.
It was like, it was set to be like 2003. Then they was like, nah, that's 2027.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time that spills out, everybody else dead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, everybody else that was around is dead. And so when you can do that, when you kill a president, it's like, cuz.
We talked about this a bunch of episodes ago. Like, I was watching the JFK conspiracy theory video and all that, and it was just like there's allegedly so many parties involved in getting him out of here
From the
because of
mafia to talk about stuff
to the
from Cuba,
Rothschilds,
to the Rothschilds,
all
yeah.
type of different stuff, just because of what he represented and the progressiveness of what he stood for. And they just like, oh no, you gonna inspire these blacks and these impoverished people to do better? You got to get the fuck out
And
of
his
here.
resistance to go to war later on, Vietnam started. Soon as they smoked him, got him out the way. You know what I mean? Killed his brother. You know what I'm saying?
It's money in war, and it talk in the documentary it goes all the way back to the beginning, and it basically says like Americans are war barons, like, and a lot of people who have money have made their
Top money
generational
tied
wealth
in-
off of the wars. Like the Ford family provided the tanks. and the cars and all of the trucks for the first two world wars.
Did you watch War Dogs?
Yeah.
Did you see how that shit went down with like the U.S. with the embargoes? Did you watch that shit? You watch
I
it?
ain't see it, but I know exactly what Chad's
Like
speaking to.
basically, it's like the sides of the war can't physically go out and buy guns, bullets, tanks, vests, all that shit. So they got to go through arms dealers,
Arms
and
dealers
shit
and
like
private
that.
Middlemen.
private companies that government officials already have stock in.
They bid it out.
It's a true story. I've read on
Yeah.
it the other night. They got a $300 million contract to supply the army in Iraq with 100 million rounds of AK ammunition, amongst a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, go back to what he was saying. Like these two young white boys, like they was 25 and 22. They got filthy fucking a $300 million contract
Off of war.
One white boy, he got 7 months house arrest, and the other one went to jail for 4 years, but he back out now. And then come to find out, his grandfather owns the most real estate in LA, like in California.
Of course he does.
So
His
much
grandfather's
so much big
they
unknown
Jewish.
money that's
They
spread-
Jewish.
spread
His
around.
grandfather's he has like majority
Of course he Jewish.
of the prime real estate in California.
Yeah, it's like there's this one famous photo or whatever that shows like this one particular town in Germany, and it's like a railroad leading up to like the entrance to this city or whatever. And they're like the people who built the American railroads built this fucking railroad in Germany. Like that's how deep it was. Like the American Railroads Company got paid basically hundreds of millions of dollars back then, billions of dollars now, to build these railroads in Nazi Germany. Like they played both, and it was literally just documenting how all these different rich, influential people paid both sides.
Yeah.
Henry Ford sued the American government for blowing up a plant of his that made the tanks and the cars in Nazi Germany. He had a fucking plant in Nazi Germany, sued the American government for hundreds of millions of dollars and won because y'all blew my plant up. What the fuck are you doing there?
And that's something we get taxed for at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
The American people gonna pay
No,
that
listen,
back.
I implore y'all. I really implore y'all to go watch that Vladimir Putin 60-minute interview because he said the same thing. He said America makes their bones off of making somebody like the big bad wolf or the boogeyman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was like, every so often it's somebody new. He said, right now it just happens to be me. You know what I'm saying? But that's literally what we do because we got to go to war with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you gotta convince the public to be on board with it.
yep.
All we do is create war and debt. That's all we do in America. And now with Apple being an American company, we iPhones. But other than it's like that's all the fuck we got. We got no other industry. War, debt, and iPhones. Like
Our money
that's all
is
we
debt.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not money; it's fiat currency.
Right.
Yeah.
crazy.
Which is why that Bitcoin currency.
Now
scared of that. I'm
Congress
scared
is
of
now, but here, but
Stock
peep
went
this.
crazy, though.
Congress is trying to trying to pass a law now to make it illegal to hold any form of currency outside of a bank because now they can't track the shit. They specifically mentioned cash, Bitcoin, and some other like measure of currency. So now they're trying to get it to where it's like. It's so much
need our
money in
hands
this.
on it.
We need our hands on it. We need to be able to control it. Same thing with Mitch saying like them non-Rothschilds banks. We can't determine how much money y'all got and how much access to capital y'all have. So it's a problem. So we gotta overthrow whoever your leadership is and get our people in there to where we can keep track of the money.
It's crazy, man.
And
It's
that's why we got, man. We don't even think the Second Amendment is about picking up your guns and killing the government. Like that's literally what it's about. It's about your right to bear arms and to have a militia to fight your government. Who else is your damn militia for? You know, other militias? No, it's about fighting your government.
So you got a right to have a militia?
Yeah, you got the
They
right.
had the militia in Charlottesville this weekend.
A militia is your Second Amendment right.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's your right to bear arms and the right to a militia.
Disciple militia.
But they will never teach us. They don't teach us though. You know the Bill of Rights. No, even though I'm not really with all that because it wasn't for us because we was only we still 3/5 human being. Folks don't dig that. That's never redacted.
Yeah.
And you're worried about wonder why black lives don't matter because we still not human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
in their law.
my grandpa, you love talking to him. He's 93, so he's seen a lot. You know, he was born in 1920. He fought in World War II, right? So he was telling us, he's like, when they were in Dublin, he was like, the people in the town were nice and they were friendly and shit like that. But he was like, when the sun started going down, they'd all leave. Like, they'd all get away from where we were at. Like, 'cause we'd be in, like, you know, the areas in the town and shit. He's like, and they, like, literally, they almost, like, start running away. So, come to find out, there was, like, a urban folk legend tale.
Something about the night.
About when the sun goes down, black people turn into animals. Their tails come out. And so he was like, that's why he's like, they couldn't figure this shit out.
They get away from him, huh?
Yeah, it was like when the sun started going down, I was like, all right, we gotta get the fuck out of here. These niggas about to run wild.
About to turn into Thriller video over there. Fucking Michael Jackson.
And my grandpa said they really believed that shit. Like, it was like so weird. Like, why the fuck would I, like, bitch, I'm drinking coffee. Why the fuck would I have a tail? But that shit is real. And it's like, that's there. Like, you're an animal. Like,
It's all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling my homie the other day because he was like, I just don't understand. Like, I'm a black guy. I can't change that. But you see me. Why the fuck are you afraid of me? I'm chilling. I'm on a, like, I don't even understand. And I'm like, because you're an animal to them. I'm like, think about it. If a fucking dog comes in here right now, you gonna get up and be like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, because it's an animal.
Or at least at minimum, you're going to watch it.
Exactly. And I'm like, that's the mentality. It's like, you don't see an animal and just walk past it.
But they even made us look at each other like that.
Crazy,
because
right?
when we walking down the street at night, you always cautious of another black man and seeing what he gonna do. I'm 35 years old. I've walked through every area of the streets of Philly. Not one time ever in my life has a random black man just punched me or tried to beat me up or something at night when I walk past him. But I was still cautious. Why? Why do we view each other that way if it's not our experience? Has anybody ever you probably got beat up before, man?
I never been punched in the face.
I'm just messing with you. You haven't? Let me call love. No. Nah, but you know what I'm saying? We gotta. I did a video on them. We gotta retrain the way we view each other because whatever they label us as, we'll grab a hold of. I was talking on Facebook the other day about. I said that there's no such thing as a loud, ratchet, ghetto black woman. Now, folks was upset like, nah, it is. I'm like, whoa, define ghetto. First of all, you don't even know the etymology of ghetto. Ghetto was a place where Jews, quote unquote, Jews live. But when they label any They label anything that's exclusively or primarily black as something negative, to the point where if we do it, our own people look at us like there's something wrong with us.
Right.
But if our people decide that we want to behave a certain way, who are they to tell us that it's something improper about your way? There are different customs all around the world. People do some weird stuff all across the world. But whenever it's a non-black person, it's we have to appreciate their culture. They do this in their culture and they do that. But if our women are a little animated, by the way, Italians are animated too, but they're called passionate. But if our women are a little animated, they ghetto, they ratchet. Why is everybody else's culture cool, but whatever we do as a culture is always wrong? Now, I'm cool with them feeling that way, but we got to stop gravitating to these ideas that other folks is putting on us. So whatever we do in the hood, that's ghetto, that's this, that's that. Like, nah, we can't keep taking these labels and wearing them or projecting them onto our own people, man.
I mean, but niggas do it to themselves though. At the same time.
Do what?
Yeah, hey, I text Matt in chat every day. We got our group text.
They do what?
And it's like every day though. I ain't gonna lie. I say what I tell you every day.
Carla, it's getting hard for
every
me.
day is get harder and harder for me to defend black people. Now I will say I do agree with a lot of the ideology of what Mitch said, but like Matt said, some of the stuff, man, that we do, like bruh, like we got people drinking alcohol out of colostrophe bags.
No, I'm not going to. I ain't condoning stuff like that.
I'm just saying, yeah,
And light bulbs.
light bulbs, and
I'm still trying to figure out why the chicken was in the mason
jar.
jar.
So certain things gotta get considered ratchet, dog.
Yeah, I saw a seafood parfait in a like
was in
little
the
clear
parfait?
plastic. It was
Yeah,
a lobster.
so
it was
lobster-
seafood mac and cheese with a lobster tail on top.
This
some
morning
stuff
I
is
saw a
crazy.
breakfast spot selling seafood home fries. I'm like, y'all niggas gonna get put in cages.
But no, listen, like prime example, right?
Seafood
One day I was
home
in
fries.
the supermarket.
Like,
I saw
what?
this black chick. She had an earring in her nose, in this part, and ear. She had tattoos on her face, right? My first thought was a typical thought. She just don't want nothing out of life. You know what I'm saying? She don't want nothing out of life. But I'm retraining my thinking, and I had to think about, all right, well, in our African culture, it's a cultural thing to have carvings on your face. It's a cultural thing to have the bone in your nose. But here I am
And
looking at an African sister with a
big-
European mindset.
And the big hoops in the ears too.
Yeah,
So it's a
all
thing
of
of
that.
beauty for
The-
your ears
the-
to be hanging and
that,
everything. Right,
the
right,
neck rings,
right,
all
right.
of that is in it's a part of our culture. But since we're in America and it's ruled by the dominant society, we begin to have those views about our own people. So now I'm looking at her like she just don't want nothing out of life. But then I had to think about it. That's what I told Lil years ago, right? and Lil just said, man, I don't think I'm gonna live past 25 anyway. So he ain't want nothing out of life. Love you, Lil. But I have to constantly retrain my mind. Everybody should read a book by Malefi Asante. It's called Afrocentricity. It's all about making sure your thoughts, your philosophies, everything is African-centered and not Eurocentered. Most of what we believe is all Eurocentric.
Absolutely.
So if you say something that's classical, it's always going to start with somebody's European classics. Classical music, and they talk about Mozart or somebody like that. Like, well, it was no music before that in Africa. Classical dance, they're gonna say some kind of ballet. It wasn't no dance in Africa. So even when we think about anything, it's always from a Eurocentric view, and that's how. And so when we judge our own people from a Eurocentric view, it's like beauty. We'll judge women by a European standard of beauty, and of course she's gonna be ugly.
Come on, man, hold me
Because
down.
she don't fit.
Come on, hold me down, man. Even in the church world, dog. Like people look at me crazy because you know what I mean. I don't wear what every other pastor wear. You know what I'm saying? I don't do everything. And I take more brunt and heat from our own community than I do like Caucasian and everything else. They love me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
'cause
saying?
they get it.
They like, Pastor Carl, you really engaged. These people like you. Like, you know, like they'll joke with you and everything else. Like my own people be, why pastor on Twitter? What? Like, so where the Bible told me thou shalt not engage
And
with
they
the
say
people.
that- and they say that to you all the time.
And they say to me all the
this goes
time.
back to what Vince said. I got a homie I work with that's like,
Right.
he's like the like you remember when like Ricky Lake and Donahue used to have like race traders,
Yeah.
like people that hate their own race.
Right.
It's a black boy I work with, and the shit he say, mind you, he's married to a white woman, so
course he is.
that's already funny.
Of course he is.
But he
Of course he is.
Like to what you said, he'll say some shit like he was talking the other day because one of the guys in my job is sort of like Mitch, like wears chains like that, like he's a African pride type guy, and he was like, you know what's really really annoying about you back to African niggas is that y'all don't ever go. It's like you talk about how great Africa is, but then I see you coming out the fucking beer joint at 2 in the morning. I was cracking the fuck up, and I'm like, yo, why y'all like this? But with going back again to what you said, it's like
Yo,
black people. I just don't see it changing. Like I don't see the shift. Like he's talking about being Afro-centered as opposed to Euro-centered. How when everybody's dream car is a what?
Maybach.
It's a European car.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like the thing. When people want to get fly, what they go get? European clothes. It's like it's how do it change?
Well,
how do it shift?
I just believe everything just starts with more conversations. You gotta expose people. Now, of course, there are going to be some folks who don't want to hear it, but then there's going to be some folks like, I never thought about it that way. Like my book, The Great Hijack, I break down how they created this whole system of self-hate, how the psychological buy-ins. Everybody that read the book is like, yo, I just never looked at none of this stuff the way you did. So it's definitely folks out there that grab the information and process it and begin to change. But then there's always going to be the folk that, just want to do what they want to do. But the more we had the conversations, man, the more things change.
Yeah.
But it's sad because it's like, but the day and age, they want to grasp the information just to go ahead and oppress or beat other people down with the information, but still don't take heed to it. So you had the sisters, man, and I don't want to open that box, man, because then they're going to block me, spam me, all that. And
They
all kinds
hate you.
But that's cool. I mean, I'm good. Thank God I'm married. I don't need them to like me. Please don't like me anyway. I don't need the temptation. So, but it's like when they trying to tell you how woke they are, but then they half naked somewhere twerking, in Miami or somewhere else, and it's just like,
Yo,
come on,
listen,
it's like, come on. I mean, Jay said, "Cause they wear kufi, it don't mean they right."
Yo,
you
listen.
understand? Yeah, I mean, come on.
I don't have too many days. Chad noticed because I work a lot. Like I don't really have too many days where I just do nothing. Like today, I literally just did nothing. I was just chilling in the crib, and I was scrolling my timeline today, and I'm like, yo. These bitches really just naked for no reason.
No reason.
Just naked
And
because
then you misogynist or you sexualizing them.
Shorty I seen today, I ain't gonna say her name on whatever, but she not like she had a bathing suit on or provocative. Like she literally had on a bra and panties.
Bruh.
And the caption was so stupid. And I'm like, what the fuck did I gotta do? Like it don't even make sense.
Me and my wife do the same. I show my wife somebody and be like, she ain't never get married. I'm just saying.
Your wholeness can get deleted.
But listen. You just better delete Instagram and come back 5 years later. But I'm just saying the truth of the matter is it be coming down to this though. I'm just saying, and women gonna take the wrong way. God,
of course they are, because they new joint on social media is, well, who says that getting married is a standard of success? That's the new joint.
But if that's the case, then don't sit here and critique men all day then, because it's just
if your goal is not to have a stable situation with a man, then why even subscribe to or care what men do?
Critiquing them, right. So that's what I'm saying. But it's just like, yo, we've stripped values, morals, everything, and it's just this anything goes culture, society, and then when you try to do anything just to bring it back, you know what I'm saying, just to modesty, to just respect, and I mean that even on brothers end, like, dude, why are you promoting that you're hustling? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you putting guns up in pictures and middle fingers? Like, this stuff don't get corny yet. So it's just like, yo, it goes both ways.
Listen,
but
last
it's
week
like,
I started
damn.
following niggas over power, like anybody that was mentioned about, and I just kept the momentum going. Like for the next couple, I literally unfollowed like almost 100 people because I was going down my timeline and I'm like, you just do the same stupid shit every day. Like none of your jokes are good. Your pictures, all your kids look like Trick Daddy. I'm just unfollowing motherfuckers.
Did you say all your kids look like Trick Daddy?
I'm just
present day Trick Daddy.
I'm unfollowing motherfuckers left and right, and it's just like he say, people have gotten so sidetracked with the Instagram. Like we talk about it a lot. I still like Twitter because I feel like at the end of the day, I get some news from Twitter. There are links to actual stories on Twitter. It's a real live melting pot for all of us to like get our shit off, talk, joke, all of that.
Right.
Instagram,
And what about your kids though? I'm saying
I, like,
y'all
hate that
moms
John
like
now.
like your youngin gonna have to be like your youngin is 8. 5 years from now, he gonna be in high school though. 6 years, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be like, yo, my dad got this joint of your mom.
Fuck 5 years from
Like,
now, bitches. It's bitches on Instagram. And I don't mean to call y'all bitches, but you know,
I don't know your names individually.
yeah, like the
Women will do.
Well, yeah, all right, cool, ladies. So, like, it's chicks I know on Instagram. They got 14, 15, 16-year-old kids.
Yeah.
They kids got Instagram.
No lie.
And they be on Instagram talking crazy about doing this, sucking dick, all this. And I be like, do your son follow you? Do your daughter follow you?
I want to know who started the contortion move. Like, y'all bodies be twisted all the hell up, like you trying to fit in the box on Circus Soleil.
It's just like, for like my joint when it comes to the IG shit, and this is why I just don't like it anymore. For what? Yeah. Like, what do you get? Like, shorty I seen today with the bra and panties. It's like, for what?
And honestly, and it's the same thing. But it's the same thing. And Jay hinted on it too with the money pictures and all of that too. It's like, really, for what though? You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, you'll see the most outlandish amount of likes for a lot of that goofiness. Like, I see some of the craziest built bodies on Instagram, and it just, like, I'm talking about just terrible. And I look at my wife and be like, yo, boo, like, why did this girl just get 397 likes
Or
on this joint?
1,397 likes.
Right. And I'm like, do they see what I see? Like, some of the joints from Tink Weekend, I'm just looking like, yo.
But you know what it is, and this a Philly thing. It's like, if you popular, it's whatever. Like, it don't matter if you a woman built like Matt. It don't matter. Like, if you popular, it's on and
it don't
kicking.
even matter
Like,
what you popular for.
Yeah,
right. Don't even
exactly.
matter what you popular for. You right.
I seen chicks built like me saying Karuchi was whack. Cause she ain't had no body. I'm like, y'all bitches crazy. I'm like, yo, wow. Like,
hey, listen, man. They gonna get you for big shape, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the women shaped like you, Matt.
nah, I'm a big guy. I like
There's something
BBW.
wrong with it. There's something wrong with it. Y'all can be mad at me. I don't care. I'm gonna say it.
Chad was asking,
Y'all
what's
can
your
let them
favorite
hype y'all up all
porno
you want.
categories the other day on Twitter? What's the first one I put? BBW?
BBW.
White, first one.
Wait, run that category down, bro.
BBWs and white girls. I go on blacked.com.
Black.
I've never been into porn or strip clubs.
Strip clubs is
I'm
more
desensitized to strip clubs. I can't do it because I was going to strip clubs at like 15. We had the ponytail.
I'm
and all
gonna say,
that.
yeah. See, I used to back in the day too, so it's like
it's
now,
over for me.
Now,
I'm burnt on strip
now,
clubs.
you know, like I'm super minimalist, so I'll be damned if I'm like coming out there giving money to like dancers, and I'm just gonna go home and finish the night with my wife anyway. Like,
Yeah, I respect the art of it, but yeah, no, I ain't got nothing for you, sis.
Yeah, I only went to Jones that was at like houses where you could rent a room for $10. Like,
I've been to a bunch of them too, back in the day.
because I didn't want to go to the strip club.
That
and
was
just-
the good old
and
days.
Just get excited and leave.
Yo,
like,
listen,
no,
man.
I need to
I
rent the room for $10.
I remember, man, when they had the night on Broadway joint.
I remember
all
my
the way
homie
up
parking his
Broad
car
Street.
in front of Night on Broadway in the daytime just so he could come out there later on and hop right in the wheel.
Yo, listen, man.
I
That's
remember that
serious.
shit.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Because he is committed to stuff. We need him to be
Need
a
him
part
down
of
with the
movement.
movement.
That nigga
Yo,
will
he's
park his
committed.
car there and hop on the fucking train.
We need to get him and the guy with the CD on Chestnut.
what
If
was
we
the
get him, we'll rule the world.
What was the joint on, like, what was it, Second in Cambria or something?
Bottoms
Set
up.
it off.
Set
Set
it
it
off.
off.
Set it off, Go-Go Club.
Bottoms up
Hey, yo.
was fifth and what's that? Fifth and right off the boulevard.
See, I'm
see,
glad I'm having this conversation.
See, I'm from West. We had the joint right on 40th and Market. Like,
Oh, what the near Cocobongo, right up under the Chili's?
no, right at right where you catch the you go down and catch the train at. You hop off the train. You walk up like 4 steps.
remember my
It's
homie-
right there on 40th
I remember
Street.
my homie took me
It was
in the
a
ponytail.
yellow
You
building,
ever
a
been in
little
there?
gated door.
You
I've
ever
been
been
to a strip
you ever
club
been to
maybe
ponytail?
twice.
Yeah.
Remember the big girl? Kim, I figured they was. I remember the bitch jumped on me while I was on the stool, and I fell.
Chad been promoting that vanity for like
Yo.
5 years straight. You gonna ask him, do you remember the one big girl from the
No, because she was
from the
like,
joint from 15
she was
years
like
ago?
legendary.
Oh,
in
she
the
was
joint.
legendary?
She had been in there since like the 60s. Shit was crazy.
Let's put this in perspective. This is gonna be my final point of the day. It's chicks that was dancing at the ponytail that's dancing at Vanity now. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that little
believe that.
nugget of information.
That's great.
Career dancers. Commitment.
Yeah,
Man,
trading places ain't happening no more.
praise God I'm saved, man, and I just want, I can talk to y'all about stuff because I've really been there before, man, so, I just thank God for transformation, man.
Yeah, I'm saved too. I know I don't sound like it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saved too.
I'm a different type of Christian. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm more Joshua than you know what I'm saying, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Even though Jesus was rough too, you know what I'm saying? He's whipping dudes and telling them ain't nobody gonna sell nothing else in the temple. See, y'all just don't read it in that tone. Well, I want in. No, I added that part.
But on the real, everybody always say like, man, like Mitch is like Malcolm and I'm like Martin. You know what I'm saying? But like we always get that kind of comparison.
You Malcolm too, though.
You know?
Yeah, I'm about to say you're
yeah,
not Martin.
I'm about to say, man. I mean, I know I gotta really get pushed, but
because you go off like, you know what I'm saying? You go off on Twitter more than. See, I don't be on there, but every once in a while I get on there and it's like somebody's like, yo, Carl's about to go back.
I've called the last 3 joints for Carl. Every time I see him, I'm like, Carl about to lose it, y'all. Next hour it's about to happen.
But I'm gonna be real, like, you know, and I know we gotta wrap it up, yo. But it's like, truth be told, man, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, you can say a lot of stuff that you want to say, man. Just don't threaten me, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, cause I just feel like this, you know, and I'm really whole 150% all about peace and just us really doing what we gotta do. But to threaten me is to threaten my family, because I'm here to protect and provide and be that person for my family. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 sons and a wife. You know what I mean? And I literally, like, I'll die making sure I'm there for them. You know what I'm saying? Or making, you know, and making sure that they're okay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and everything I do is public. So it's like, I ain't got time, dog. Like, I don't have the time. Be looking on my shoulders.
Playing games,
and
trying to
playing
guess,
games.
is it an
And
issue if it ain't?
Yeah, if it is an issue, or is you going to try to pop up and all that. It's just like, no, we not doing all that. So it's just like, you know, we can disagree. I'm fine with disagreeing.
Yeah, I feel like it's our American right to disagree.
Absolutely.
To just not always see things out of eye.
Me and Carl don't see things out of eye all the time.
We don't. And
Like
we'll be heated sometimes on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, but it's all love.
Yeah.
But he'd be like, no, bro, I don't dig with how you talk about trying to move with that.
Like
and
me and Chad,
no,
Chad's
slave a couple
what's the name of that?
Accenture.
Chad's an essential water. I'm a Fiji. Chad go get waters. He know to bring me Fiji. I grabbed him a case of them. We ain't gotta, like, neither one of us has to be beheaded.
Can one of y'all buy me a case of Essential, please?
Whatever you want, bro.
I'll buy you
gotta
a case.
ask me twice
Get
for nothing.
some
Buy some stock in
I
that.
appreciate it. I need to get some too.
But neither one of us has to be beheaded because we like something that the other one doesn't.
absolutely.
And I feel like at the end of the day, that's where America needs to get.
But that's what Twitter's problem is, though. I think people be like,
They
that.
want everybody to-
you challenge how what I said, and I just gotta be right instead of like.
No, I don't think that's
fine,
Twitter's problem.
understand.
Honestly, I think Twitter's problem is the fact that niggas are stupid.
You ain't got to take a test to get an account. Like,
Yeah, I feel like people will come on there with their, I said it, with their factless opinions.
Yeah.
And they'll try to, like, argue with you and say, literally, I'm telling you some of the.
Somebody will argue with you the policy's deceptive.
Yeah,
Down and it ain't work for something. But I'm just saying, like, that's what people do with me. They be like, no, the Bible don't say this. And I'm like, hold up, dog, how much about you gonna say? I went to church with my grandmom for 10 years.
ain't read nothing.
And ain't read nothing. But you about to argue with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's really what we face, though.
Yeah,
People would rather be right than factually correct,
Right.
and that's the
Yeah,
problem.
right.
And being right is just like, I think this, so I'm a push
Push
my
point.
agenda, trying to prove my point, as opposed to being factually correct and knowing that what you're saying is the 100% truth.
Which causes the conflict. Because
Yep.
it's like, damn, dog, like, all right, well, I'm just bringing you a different way. And that's it.
And that's,
You know what I'm saying?
that's it.
So what
man.
you guys got coming up? We didn't even get into y'all. Tell them what y'all doing every Thursday.
On Thursdays, man, Men on the Move, man. 6:30 to 8:30, we hit a different section of Philly, man. We've been doing it for the last 3-4 weeks. 3 weeks, because this will be the 4th week coming up. We're not sure yet. We'll be determining what
Y'all
the
have
location
hit
is. We
the
hit
bottom?
We hit the bottom. We hit Albany.
Logan. Well, Albany, Logan.
And we also hit North Philly. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we can come to Southwest, Chad, wherever you want to go. Like,
Yeah,
wherever you
let's
tell
go.
us to come
I'm with it. Next week, I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm
wherever
there.
if you got the time, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, no, I'll make the time.
You give us a location and we'll walk the streets wherever you can navigate it and you can lead the way for us. But, you know, we just want to engage
And what
get
do
back.
y'all do? Like, y'all just.
We talk to brothers that's out there. We want to know the issues, because one of the things that we aspire to do about another month from now is set up a resource event. So we getting to hear the plights, the issues, what people think is wrong, what needs to be changed. And we got brothers that's Christian, Muslim. We got the Voice of Revolution. We got people in ministry. We got people in finance. You know what I'm saying? That's hitting the streets with us. And
Yeah, I
even
seen
some
Kendall
people
was out there
and
with
some
y'all. Shout
people,
out Kendall.
some people that deals in the political realm. So it's like, as we take in all these things, we got brothers that's gonna be able to go back to their perspective networks, push people to go ahead and set up tables and bring those resources. So brothers like, we ain't got no job. Brothers like, these politicians ain't doing nothing. Well, we calling them out and we gonna say, yo, this is what the people in your area said. So we gonna go back to those communities and pass these flyers out saying, look, we know we talked to y'all, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. and we would like y'all to be there because we bringing results. So it's not just us going out there talking, saying what we've been through, or us just talking and just trying to do this for photo ops, but we trying to follow up and be able to go ahead and meet these needs.
We doing more listening than
yeah,
talking.
doing more listening than talking, man.
Are y'all gonna ever do the Bible study again?
I mean, we can, but I mean, we just need men to be faithful to it, man. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gonna come. Mitch told me not to come.
Oh yeah, he said you ain't. He said you ain't.
Told me I
been
wasn't a
doing
predicate felon and
Yeah.
I be playing too much.
Oh yeah.
He said, Matt, you
Yo,
like
and
playing. Ain't nobody gonna be playing with you.
he been using that excuse not to come to church, dog. Since dog.
Blame
No,
on me,
that's
man.
not. I work on Sunday. That's
Blame-
why I
don't
can't
blame-
go.
don't
My dad be
blame on me.
like want me to come to church.
I was joking.
I went to church one time.
I seen Matt and Lily at night market, dog.
It was a Thursday.
This was a couple years ago. I'm just saying. And you know what I'm saying? Matt wanted to show his lady that all his friends wasn't heathens and,
Right.
and crazy.
This
he
is
like,
my
he like,
pastor.
yeah, he like, yeah, this is my man, you know, Carl, you know, this is wife, and you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And he said there, he like, yeah, man, we gonna mess around. We gonna come to your church, bro. We gonna come check. Where you say you was at again? You know what I'm saying? Give me all the small
Right.
talk, you know what I mean? Then, you know,
Ain't been back
I done
since.
been to I done been to TRPE more times than I seen Matt in church,
because I
man.
work on Sundays, so I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like get down there. I can't call out.
But
Yeah, Matt, you're done.
Yeah.
Matt's done till December. Done
I'm
till
on
December.
ice till December 7th.
Now every Friday night I'm down Black and Nobel, Broad and Erie, 6:30 to 8. We're doing election conversations for black men only. Just dealing with what?
Only.
Black men only.
Mitch don't play that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm unapologetic about it, but it's men, you know what I'm saying? It's men. It's making sure that they know it's not women. No women, you know, are invited.
Okay.
You know, it's a safe space for men, for them to learn, for them to be open, for them to be vulnerable. Because a lot of times we don't want to be open about our issues in front of women. A lot of times we don't want to do it in front of men. But it's a real safe space for us to just have those dialogues where you know you can hear another brother dealing with. It's like we all deal with the same issues. Hurt by the same issues, but gotta act like we ain't dealing with the same issues to the people that's dealing with the same issues.
Ain't that
Like
crazy?
that's just
Right.
dumb.
So backwards.
You know what I'm saying? But here it's like, cause I put it out. I never cared what nobody thought about me. Like I was always going left when everybody was going right. I tweet the most outrageous stuff. Like, look, that's what I feel. That's what I like, and I don't care. So I'll be open about dealing with depression. You know what I'm saying? Suicidal thoughts and all kind of things that I dealt with. And when I'm open, other brothers become open, and that's how healing began. So you know what I'm saying? Every Friday night, Black and Nobel, Broad and Area at 6:30 p.m. Black men, if you know what I'm saying, come on out.
Oh man, I don't know when y'all gonna drop it, but Saturday the 19th of August, we got our back to school event, Lonnie Young Rec Center, 11:30 to 4 p.m. We giving over 1,000 book bags. I partner with a few good people, man. A few guest speakers that's gonna be there, man. It's gonna be water ice pretzels. You know what I mean? I even got my family Starbucks, man. Shout out to Starbucks Chestnut Hill. To donate a bunch of coffee, man, for the volunteers that's volunteering at the event. Coca-Cola showing us love. I mean, it's gonna be a great time, man. Everything is free, of course. You know what I mean? Church is always on Sunday, 9 a.m. Y'all, 2819 Cedar Street, Philadelphia, PA. Also, Montclair, New Jersey, at Mount Sinai Hospital Auditorium. So 12:15 for those that's in North Jersey, because I know y'all dudes is like worldwide, so y'all probably got the following there too. So everybody that's in North Jersey.
How many countries now?
70 something.
74,
You know what I'm
73.
saying? Yeah. So anybody up in North Jersey, man, NYC, Essex County area, man, come see Pastor Carl Day, please. You know what I
Tell
mean?
them about your podcast.
Oh man, yeah, we got Trophy Sports Podcast, man. Y'all can check us out, man. We on all major platforms, man, where we talk football, man. Me and my man Jeff, and also got a little show that we just now started, man. Webisode Monday.
Yeah, I
Mondays,
seen you post
man.
about that.
Yeah, man. Formulated Chaos, man. It's 4 of us come together. We kind of just discuss the issues, man, of what's going on, man. On a week-to-week basis. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm like the OG of the show, so I kind of bring common sense to it.
Moderator?
Yeah, like because I got a younger 20-somethings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they young little entrepreneurs doing their thing, man, and we all coming together, just breaking it down, giving people a little visual, something they can look forward to watching, man. We like a low budget breakfast club or something. It's like no, but no. But we just over there, man. Just we're just trying to talk about issues, man. It's crippling the culture, and I'm just trying to relate to every different demographic that I can, man.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Bring some sense to it.
I just want to thank y'all for coming on the show today. We definitely got to have y'all back. Carl's a mainstay. We got to have Brother Mitch come back again. We got some more world issues to discuss. We need your unique perspective on everything. Just want to thank everybody for listening. It's
We gotta
episode
bring
30.
Mitch back up here for the next AO joint.
Oh, God.
What, with me and
That's
him?
going to be the backslide episode
Yeah.
if we bring him up here with Ayo.
Ayo gonna talk about the parties down South Philly, the house parties. Woo.
We don't need that. And then let's get a couple more Thursdays in before we had that episode happen.
Man.
We don't need to do
They
that.
don't want to let me live it down, man. Damn.
Special thank you to our sponsor this week and our continued sponsor, official marketing partnership sponsor of TRPE, Brand Dilly MC. Make sure y'all go check them out, branddillymc.com. We got a special going right now. Y'all can hear the ad at the top of the show. We got a special running with them right now. For everybody, use code TRPE when you call them or when you check out what you order online. We doing banners, business cards, and flyers. They doing also. We doing specials through them or whatever like that. So make sure y'all go support them and check that out so that they can continue to sponsor the show. Because if not, they're gonna pull the plug. we need them checks to keep coming in.
Yeah.
So once again, it's Realest Podcast Ever, episode 32 in the books. Thank you to Pastor Carl. Thank you to Dr. Mitch Love in the building.
I ain't heard that in a minute.
that
Dr.
back.
Mitch Love. Jesus.
The legendary Twitter account.
I gotta find out the story behind the Mitch Love. 'Cause you might show a lot of love, dog.
Look, why did I have that name?
Yeah.
Because my name, what the hell was? Oh, I was on Facebook, right? And they started. I was working a job at the time, and folks like, man, jobs is checking people's accounts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, now I don't want to have my name on this joint then. And I was doing this this love you know what I'm saying, story on Facebook. I used to do all these I had a talk show, you know what I'm saying, on my Facebook, and I used to be talking about love. So I was going to call myself Mitch Love. You know what I'm saying? Then when I went to Twitter, somebody already had Mitch Love, and so I just put doctor on it. You know what I'm saying? And folks thought I was going to school.
Black
with
excellence.
You know
Mitch
what
pulled
I'm
the Umar.
Nah, come on, man. My man Umar got his degrees, man. He went to school, man. Stop that. We ain't gonna do that to my man.
We didn't even have. We were supposed to have some Umar talk today. We'll say that for next episode.
We'll say that
Oh,
for next
man.
week. We'll get Mitch a dashiki.
I got a bunch of them straight from Senegal. Don't wear that made in Taiwan stuff y'all got.
Don't wear the
everything.
AliExpress
Y'all-
Jones.
Yeah, come on, man. Y'all got Asian African stuff. Like, man. I got two of them too. I didn't know.
They was on sale,
I didn't
man.
know.
I
Yeah, they was
I ain't know. I just
didn't-
started.
Yeah, that's what it was. I just started. You know what I'm saying? And I bought it out of a Jamaican store. And then one day I just looked at the tag. I was pissed off. I was mad as hell. Like,
Made in
damn.
Taiwan.
So I said, I went back. I said something to them.
Yeah.
I went right back around. And they talking about, well, you know what I'm saying? They the ones that make them. No, they ain't. So then I got a brother from Senegal, man. So now I get my Jones straight from Senegal. Totally different fabric and everything. Other
Right.
Jones, come on, man. But we got to end this. We got to end it, man.
Man, thank y'all for listening.
I just
TRP
started.
episode 32, man. We out of here.